are broadcasting. And now we are live. And so, hello. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on so many levels. Rime of the Frostmaiden. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay!
Yay!
We've almost got that down pat.
I'm Christiana Ellis. I'm the Dungeon Master. Our players tonight, Spence as Mara.
I'm almost ready, I promise.
Lee Burdett as Iggy.
Hello.
David Archambault as Wilfred Cole.
Ready to go! Ready to go!
Jason Banks as Rowan Gregor.
What's going on, guys?
Paul Weimer as Aule.
What does one get a ranger for his birthday?
Oh. And Nobilis as Arvik.
Greetings.
And Paul jumped the gun on me because
Sorry.
No, that's fine. It's fine. And it is absolutely our ranger Jason's birthday. So happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
May the dice gods bless me.
Yeah. So I'm absolutely not going to have us try to sing because it's almost impossible to sing over Zoom because everyone's out of sync. But when last we left our heroes, they were exploring the caves of hunger, which they only know is called that because I've said so. But it is the
Just a funny voice.
Yes, the tunnels beneath the Reged Glacier, through which they hope to find the ancient Netherese city of Ithrin. And they have encountered many dangerous creatures already, and they just fought some kobold vampires and were in pursuit of the last one who had fled from them when we last left off. So if you all choose, you can continue to explore. You saw that he ran off down to the south from here. And I kind of spoiled at the end of last time that you're not going to find him when you look there, but that is where we're picking back up.
Right. Well, Wilfred will absolutely go after him.
Yeah, because he's Wilfred.
Yeah.
He's-
Well, you were definitely all chasing thoroughly, so go ahead and like left or right, you reach a crossroads.
This way.
All right. So you turn up in that direction, and you find you find a thing, which I will describe to you in great detail in just a moment. Entombed in the icy floor of this 20-foot high cave is the frozen, well-preserved corpse of a frost giant. Scratch marks in the ice suggest a half-hearted attempt to excavate the remains. But you see no sign of the vampire kobold.
Right here.
I'm heading down this way.
All
Go
right.
with you.
And so as Ale and Iggy check the other direction, the deathly stench that had pervaded this whole area originates from this 10-foot high cave where... Oh, my dog is barking at something. Where a dozen human skulls surround a pillar of ice. A large cavity has been opened in the pillar as if something had burst from inside it. But you had previously found headless skeletons. You suspect that these were probably where the missing skulls were.
Oh, that's good.
But still no sign of the last.
No sign
kobold
of
that
the vampire.
Find him?
No.
Is the space that was burst out of like rectangular and on its side, and was someone screaming, "Get that dog"?
No, but it does look like it is about the right shape for a humanoid-sized creature to have previously been entombed there, but not anymore.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I think we might have found that original vampire's lair.
Professor Scant just says, "Oh, I say, if a vampire had been entombed in ice, it would not serve as its resting place, but could keep it immobile for quite a long time, and undead creatures, as they are, must get extremely hungry over the years."
Well,
Huh.
I'm not
Kinda
too
makes
all
these-
hot about all those skulls in there. So
Huh. Vampires, entombed, both new and entombed. It's like these are some caves of hunger or something like that.
so the disembodied voice did tell us.
So, Professor Scant, what would allow us to know if this was the resting place of a vampire? Is there a certain sign, or do they hang up things on the walls? Get the feng shui going.
Classically, a vampire, for its resting place, requires soil of its homeland. It seems to be a common factor amongst all vampiric creatures.
well, it's no soil here, so let's keep exploring.
All right, I can show you where things are
Yes.
Yes,
because
Okay.
I know
Think
where
about
a great many things are. However, I don't remember shit. So there's that.
we love Mara.
Who doesn't love Mara?
Mara's had. Okay, that is an accurate statement, and it's a little unnerving. What is it that you want to look for? There was a big specter thing towards the south west. Yes, towards the southwest. I don't know.
So from
what that
where, so from where you are all currently, what you had seen was that there was further to the north and around some turns, there was a strange room that seems to have just a bunch of weird sort of mounds of snow in it.
Mhm.
There was also a room that seems to have a specter mentioning in it that is more or less directly west from you right now, but you would have to go around some different twisting and turning passages to get there. And then, of course, further south was whatever it was that ended the spell.
Right, it knocked me on my butt.
And
Well, in my opinion, we should, if there's something that powerful, we should investigate that first while we are fresh.
Okay. I'll go.
I-
You
I
say
agree.
that,
I
but we're
agree.
not exactly fresh.
Well, fresher.
For sure.
We have expended some strength, but
Not all. Yeah, we're not weekend.
we're not.
Not to
expending-
mention leaving something powerful like that
confronted.
uninvestigated. Yeah, leaves a threat.
So
Oh,
Just like these kobold vampires were a threat, and now we have one running around. Something that could destroy that spell is a threat to us and should be investigated.
Well, you all tell me which way you want to go, and I will help get us.
why don't you lead us to the thing that stopped your spell?
Oh no, I don't think that is a very good idea.
let's do it. Which
Did
way?
you not see the big shadows that are floating around in the ice? I think this is a bad idea.
It's a bad idea to be down here in the first place.
We're underneath a mile tall glacier.
One moment, I have to investigate something.
Very good. I also have to investigate something. Be right back.
Tiana will roll an investigation check.
So I had offline. I had a little discussion with Christiana about something for Arvik, and so I want to kind of retcon that in idle moments, Ale and Arvik have been sparring somewhat, and he's kind of building up
Apologies. He was very
his
concerned
physical-
about something unclear.
building up his physical abilities, and because basically, you know, becoming more of the kind, quite frankly, becoming more like Ale. But
That's heartwarming. Becoming more like Ali. I'm charmed by that idea.
So before I had to check on something, and hopefully that will be resolved now. Iggy, you had been listening to some of that, and just as you're getting ready to say, it does seem like a bad idea, your sword says, that sounds like what we're looking for.
Oh God.
Oh, okay. Never mind. A great big awful thing.
have
Which
we
way?
rested away the strength drain we had?
Yes.
A short rest took that away.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I just found that I had 1 point drained, and so that. Okay.
So yeah, so we're going southish.
No, you
Well, we have
just,
to
I
go-
mean, right, from where you are right now, you just explored that directly south is 2 dead ends.
Right. But there were other tunnels in the area that head south that we had not gone down, so
Yeah. Go up through here, I believe.
yeah. So which way are we going, Mara?
That is an excellent question. I think I have to reorient myself because there's been a lot that happened with the shadows.
Apologies, my dog is really frustrated about something right now.
Well, while your dog is doing that, I'm going to explore a little bit the places that I was. Rocket is trying to warn us not to go after the big thing.
Well, if you guys don't go after the big thing, I probably still have to go after the big thing. So
And we're
Okay.
not sending you alone. We know what happens when you go alone in caves.
Yeah.
Okay,
things
so
started to go
from
great.
here,
I figured it out.
Oh, okay.
I did a quick exploration of where I was.
okay.
Okay, so follow me.
All right.
This way, and then we go south. I think. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yeah. So don't go so fast, just because
Okay.
I have to be able to track where you
Oh.
are and make sure if things happen that they happen. You know.
This. Yes.
Yeah. So as you are emerging into like this little room, this ice cave has a 25 foot high domed ceiling festooned with icicles, and
I stop and look up at the icicles warily.
Yes.
The icicles are unmoved.
No ice.
Good. I'm glad they stay that way.
No ice method system. That's a good, proper, spiky greeting.
All right.
Thankfully not.
And then we come here.
No piercers either.
And we're going to go to the left.
If you had one that was evolved for ice caves, would that be a snow piercer?
Oh wow! I like it.
All right. So as you are moving into this direction, I think what you recall looking down there is that is the direction where you encountered the wraith, and you probably realize that as you move into that. This is an empty cave with 20-foot high domed ceiling, but down to the southwest you hear sort of a whispered muttering.
So I will whisper to the group. So that is the thing that I saw, like the wraith type thingy. It's not the thing that made my vision go away, but it's something that we're probably either going to have to talk to or destroy. Okay?
Okay. But we don't have to go through it to get to.
Well,
Yeah.
we kind of do to get to the big thing.
We have to deal with it then.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
Right.
let's go investigate it.
Ron takes out his bow. Well,
All right, everybody else go, and I will be back here to heal you.
I suddenly
have a
flashed
plan.
on like
You're the
you
cleric.
let Wilfred go into the room, and then like the rest of you were ditching him or something. No, okay. So Wilfred,
I am the cleric.
as you enter the room, a deep sigh issues from the darkness. A voice steeped in malevolence and hatred whispers to you in a language reminiscent of Elvish, but you don't understand it. However, Professor Scant begins translating, and so the real voice is, kind of like that, but Professor Scant says, he's saying, "Cursed be those who gaze upon the horror that Dracareth has become. Such promise wasted, lost in this cold sepulchre. Where were you centuries ago when he was in the prime of life? Where were you when the frigid darkness consumed him? You are no good to Dracareth now. Nothing remains of him but frozen bones, ancient treasures, and me."
Ancient treasures
We
sounds
like
interesting.
that one.
Knowledge sounds interesting.
I will.
Roll initiative. As
I was
the,
trying to say something, but that's okay. That is a
yeah.
okay.
After he finishes his speech, he is moving towards you menacingly, and so that's why we're going to roll initiative here.
There you go, Rowan.
As
First
we,
roll of
learned,
the night.
as we learned last week, natural 20s on initiative are not a bad thing.
Exactly. So we're not going to mock those. I got a 19 and I'm happy with it.
All right, let's get.
And I'm on cleanup duty.
Yeah.
At least we've got a wide door this time.
Yeah. So, and then I'm showing you Wraith handout now. This is the Wraith
Oh,
artwork.
neat.
Okay, then.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little crown on his head?
It is.
It's all right.
And then let's get Valine's.
Keep your hobbits back.
Let's see.
I actually I messed around and tried statting out some like a Wraith King, and if I remember what I put right, it'd be something that'd be pretty nasty to face.
You basically went
But
for the
you're
Witch King of
Wilfred.
Angmar?
Huh?
You basically went for the Witch King of Angmar?
Basically.
All right.
Yep.
But
You
you're
not want to
Wilfred.
face him on the battlefield.
Okay, so let's get
I am a man.
some. Let's get some combat music here.
You're not a man. You're a dragonborn.
Fair point.
All right. So, has everyone got their initiative in there?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, I was just gonna say, did it not work for my Icewind Kobold? But it actually did. He just literally got a 0.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what? Rolled it.
All right. So let's see. We've got Wilfred and Iggy with matching 8s. So I don't know which of you has the higher dex between.
I have a 3.
You're good. You're
All right.
yours.
Okay, so Rowan, you are up first, as you see it moving in your direction.
Oh boy. I'm gonna shoot it.
All right.
Let's go shoot this fellow. Nothing special. I'm just gonna try to get some damage on him. Does an 18 hit?
An 18 does hit.
Second shot. 25.
Okay. Yeah, I mean both of those hit.
This one. 4 points. And then the second one. There we go. So that's 10 and plus 7. So that's 17 total points.
All right. That's some pretty significant magical damage hits. Your arrows sort of sink into it, and he recoils with pain before the arrows kind of just drop out to the floor. Are you moving or doing anything else on your turn?
No, because last time I got close to one of these, it hurt
Yeah.
a lot. And I got real weak and couldn't carry my stuff.
Yeah, so Valine is going to pull out her wand of magic missiles again. Boy, can I? There it is. And that's lame damage, but you know, the 3 little magical darts do 8 force damage as they whistle through the chilly, frigid air and strike the phantasmal form of the Wraith. Ale.
Yep. Ali pulls out his sword and goes marching towards the Wraith. 5, 10, 15,
Someone
20.
taps him on the back quietly. Get her!
And he will strike at it with his sword. So that's a 21.
A 21 does hit.
Okay, he is going to expend a first level spell slot to do radiant damage, which should, since this is undead, do actually 2d8 instead of 1d8, as I recall.
I thought it was 3d8 instead of 2.
Oh, yeah, it's 3d8 plus extra 1 for the undead. Thank you for reminding me. So I'm expecting the regular damage isn't too much. That's 6 slashing, but that's also 12 radiant damage on the creature.
Okay. So the 6, which is regular slashing, only does half, but the radiant damage definitely does full strength.
Okay, let's try to strike at it again. That is only 15.
15 hits.
Oh, well
Nice.
then. All right, then we will do the same thing. We will do regular slashing damage, which is 7, and then we will spend a first level spell slot. I'm
I
burning
think
through
you
these
can
things.
only do the smite once per turn, I think.
Is it? I think you might be right.
Well, you're
Yeah.
using the spell slots for it. It's counted like a spell, so I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so
Yeah.
so that's all I get.
All right. Yeah. So with the impact of the spell, it definitely seems to take a lot of damage. It's less effective without that.
Yeah, I need a magic weapon like a ranger has. That's what I need.
You know what? I really apologize, everybody. I'm going to need to take a few minutes here because my dog is uncharacteristically whining at the door, so I think it might be important. So,
Okay.
if everyone can just hold on for just a couple minutes, I'll be right back.
We can do mid-combat dance party.
What?
Yeah, I need more spell slots too. So I'm thinking what we were talking about last time, Nobles, taking a level of sorcerer next level might be
It's a good
useful.
combination. Yeah, it's a good
So I can actually
combination.
smite more often.
The spell, see, if the spell magic weapon wasn't a concentration, it'd be really good.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a second level spell, but it's concentration, and I don't want I hit and I get lost and like crap, which is what happened to.
Well, say no. See, the thing is that what you need is somebody else to cast it on you. Who's
Sorry,
in the, like, the back line.
that roll should not have happened. I'm just trying to figure out how to improve my
I was
spell
wrong.
DC.
He had just rolled his toy under a thing that he couldn't get.
Oh, wow.
I lost it.
I need it right now.
Mom.
Okay, I'm sorry. So that was Ale's turn. Anything else on your turn before Mara's
That's all I got.
turn? Okay, Mara.
I will call upon the powers of the moon, and I will say in Elvish, the moon will grant you your final rest and sacred flame.
All right. He will make dexterity saving throw. He gets an 18.
Boo.
All right, Arvik.
All right, it looks like. All right, I'm just going to shoot the laser rifle. I'm not going to bother with the true strike because it's taking a lot. So 14, does that hit?
A 14 does hit.
Okay, 18 points of radiant damage.
Dang. Yeah, you guys have really unloaded on this thing. It takes a lot of it. It seems very weakened at this point.
All right.
Yeah.
Finish it. Yeah, finish it.
Well, Iggy's turn is next. This is another example of
Iggy,
how
yes, finish it, Iggy.
it rolled very low on initiative, and that's bad for a single enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Eldritch Blast 2 times. 14
It hits.
for 10 points of force damage.
You obliterate
beam?
the spectral remains of this lingering wraith.
Oh, okay.
Knowing
cool.
that because of the undead nature, it may be that he will reform at some point in the future because he has not been laid to rest. But
Oh, right. If we have an hour, I can make holy water, but I didn't do it on our short rest because I really needed it.
Don't worry about
fine.
it.
well,
Hopefully
so
we won't be here that long.
yeah, as you're all kind of in that room though, looking around as his spectral form just dissipates, you realize, as Mara did when she looked through here, that these walls to the northeast look like they were sort of like made afterwards, and they, like someone caused the ice to form across a passage rather than it just being solid ice.
Okay.
You can't quite see through it, but you get the feeling that it might only be a few inches thick.
Ice, thin ice, hammer.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Force power.
Or create bonfire, or
I think there's enough ice in the structure that melting might get uncontrolled.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, because you're not doing it while in combat, I'm gonna just not make you do rolls for it. There are stats for how much it takes, but it's mostly designed for if you're doing it during combat initiative. But you are able to do 18 hit points worth of damage to that first wall, and you crack through it. And let's see, hang on, does it? Yeah, so you guys, I think your vision actually already lets you see through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you can move through that first wall now, and you see that there's another one, and so there's basically 2 more walls that you would need to get through, but you can do those in the same way.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
once you get through that third wall, you find the frost-covered skeleton of Drakarath, who is clad in some sort of a fancy cloak with sort of shoulder pieces on it, like a mantle, that seems undamaged by the ravages of time.
Oh, well, that's we know what that means.
Yeah, and also he is surrounded by the rotted remains of 6 ancient leather-bound spell books that are no longer legible, and a cracked crystal ball. And he also has a large staff that seems to be made from charlatan.
Is it
Whoa.
Harlan or is it?
Well, you have to check, because
Yeah.
your paladin has
Ale!
his way to do, but it's not just infinite.
No,
Ale.
but yep, yeah. Ale to the rescue. Ale will spend his detect good and evil on this thing.
Sorry.
Divine sense. I get 3 per long rest, so I will use.
Okay. Yes. The staff is definitely magical, and it is also evil. It is evil Netherese magic in it. It's not. It
Sorry,
doesn't feel
folks.
demon flavored, but it definitely gives you an evil vibe. Now but yeah, that's the staff. So everything else, the only other thing that seems not ruined is the mantle that the skeleton is wearing.
I think Wilfred will go ahead and do a identify. If people are willing to wait, he'll do identify on that.
Okay.
On that.
Yeah. Professor Scant, you might want to have a look at this Charlatan staff before we destroy it.
Why on earth would you destroy such a fascinating artifact? I understand.
Because
how
it's
you feel.
because
turn
it's
you
full of
evil.
evil power.
It
Well,
will turn
that
you
doesn't
evil.
mean you have to destroy it.
Yes, it does.
Well, I suppose
yes, it
I
does.
won't be changing your mind, and I have very little capacity to stop you. It does, like, hover near the staff for a little bit to look. It is fascinating. I believe that this probably had some means of casting charm effects. So as Wilfred casts the ritual of identify on the mantle, he discovers that it is a mantle of spell resistance, which means that when attuned to it, you have advantage on saving throws against spells.
I suggest that should go to Mara.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because-
we need to keep our cleric alive.
Yes,
Yeah.
What? Why?
because if you go down, we're all in trouble.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Can
Protect-
you do some more?
Protect the cleric.
I am able to have one more attuned item. So if this item requires attunement, then yes. Now this is a mantle, so it's like a cloak
Yes.
Yeah,
that I will wear over my breastplate.
Yeah, well, it's essentially kind of like a cape that fastens around the neck. There's no hood, and it's like a half cape.
Okay, so I will take off my hood and I will put it on and be like, well, all right then.
Nice.
Yeah, so you will need to take a short rest to attune to it before you would gain its effects, but you can do that in the meantime.
Sure.
I think that would be a good thing to do, anyways.
Okay, so if I do this, Aule, are you able to make holy water while I attune to this?
I can make holy water.
I think that would be a good idea. Or you could give him a funeral rite, and then he would not be able to become undead for 7 days, and hopefully we will be out of here by then. But I think putting him to rest for good would be better. Because
Yes, it would
clearly
be
he's
better.
been
So I'll spend the first
suffering.
level spell slot for ceremony to make holy water to
Can
take
you
care of him.
So, Christiana, can you tell me again what the name of that is that I can look it up?
Which the mantle of spell resistance.
If I can spell, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
Mantle.
Thanks.
Because I mean, if it was a mantle, TEL of spell resistance, it would be harder to wear.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you'd put it across your shoulders and it would extend out pretty far on both sides.
Put knickknacks on it, and
Yeah.
It's true.
A great big clock behind your head.
yeah.
Little
Cat
cherubs and candles and things.
Yeah, cat jumps up there, knocks them down because they're evil.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
reminded of a webcomic Order of the Stick
Yeah.
that had misspelled magic items as it, and that would precisely be one of the things. Yeah.
Very
so,
good.
So Valine just comments on that and says, I expect that definitely to become useful as we reach the city. It was, after all, a city full of ancient wizards.
Yeah, we could have definitely used this when the green flame skulls decided to try to burn us out of the caves.
Well, we have it now. That's the important thing.
We are doing a short rest.
Yes,
Or we
so
did do a
Ale
short
can make holy water and
Yeah, cast the ceremony spell. Yeah.
So is there a specific amount that you can make, or is it like I have this water and I bless it?
It says you touch one vial of water. It doesn't define what a vial is and causes it to become holy water. So I guess a vial-sized amount of holy water
Yeah.
becomes holy water. So I can't do a giant jug of it.
Yeah, it's the basic. The unit size of vial is basically, contingent on how much can you do with a vial of holy water, right? And so it is that to make enough to do one of those things.
And essentially, with holy water, what you're doing is you're taking it and you're just flicking it. at things. If you've been in church and you've done
Power of the moon compels you.
the power of Bahamut compels you, depending on which of us is doing it. You know.
So as everyone is resting, I think she doesn't say anything, but Valine is kind of pacing back and forth, not seemingly a little anxious to get going.
Roman asked, so Valine, you seem to be worried, as if there's something you're waiting on or expecting, maybe?
Well, what I am expecting is now that we have opened the way, anyone could follow us in here. And we left those nomads at the gate, but I'm not sure how long they were planning to stay, nor how well they could repel a supplied expedition. We know that Avarice, at least from the Arcane Brotherhood, is also seeking to reach Ithrin. And that's just the ones we know about.
And you say Avarice, what did Avarice look like?
She was the albino tiefling that you met at that one castle by the way back when.
The one with the gargoyles and the owl.
Mm-hmm. No, the owl is actually Valine's, but yeah. But the gargoyles, yes.
Yeah, she had the gargoyle and she had like a bird or something. I think, or was it like a raven or something?
So
Maybe.
let us not delay,
Yep,
shall we?
let's get going.
Well, so you do take the short rest, though.
Yep.
Yeah. She was the one that we avoided.
All right. So, which way next?
The big thing.
Big thing, yes.
Oh boy.
Well, we came from there, so the only place to go is up, I guess.
That's down. That's the ramp down. Right?
This way?
Sorry, I forgot that I was muted. So yes, we go this way and then this way.
Oh.
That's where we came in.
Is it? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
No, we came in.
through
I
it.
think we went, I left when we should have gone right.
Yeah,
All right. So we come down here. Come
okay.
down here.
All
Hello?
right.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
so,
there's the hole.
Well, so
Well, that
yes.
is a hole.
Yeah. So this 30-foot high cave has exits to the north and south. Along the western side is a 15-foot diameter hole in the floor that seems to be the upper end of a tunnel. It looks very similar to the one that you found in the other room that had the fallen tower in it.
This looks like it should be a secret door or something.
Fairy wall.
Do you inspect it?
Right here. Yeah.
Roll an investigation check.
Okay.
Not my forte.
Do you remember what's down this way past the hole?
13.
Yes, I do.
You do not detect a secret door, Wilfred.
Okay.
So further down and to the east, this is where my vision dropped out. So
Oh.
Yeah, you feel like this. I think instinctively you sort of draw your sword, Iggy, and it's almost like it tinkles in your hand.
and Mara is starting to breathe a little heavier, like
Stay in the back.
not yet. I said not yet, you stupid human. I did not actually say that.
Rowan's going
You guys
to.
have never seen Iggy actually draw the sword.
Yeah, this is.
And it didn't shock you? My. It's not being opinionated today.
Oh, I think it's being opinionated, which is why
So
it's having
as
to
you
come here.
are making your way down that tunnel, and those of you with dark vision are starting to look ahead, a flat sheet of cloudy ice forms one wall of this 40-foot high cavern. Something dark and humongous shifts behind the wall, its tentacles waving unimpeded. You become aware you are not alone inside your mind. Somehow this horror from another world has wormed its way inside you.
Oh, God.
Cast Intellect Fortress.
Okay.
Open your mind to me, Mr. Quaid. Open your mind.
Okay,
Wilfred.
and also
Um,
on Mara. Mara also gets Intellect Fortress as well.
Well, it's concentration, so you can't.
Well, no, it's two
so if you
people.
cast, well, if you cast, okay, I see. So, where? So Wilfred, make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Fun. Wisdom save. Dirty 20.
Okay, so you feel this thing somehow probing your mind psychically, but you were able to, steal your mental resolve and force it out.
Get out of my brain, whatever you are.
Marcher, Arvik is holding back and just watching.
Iggy, your sword says it must be driven out.
Okay, any suggestions on how to
Make
accomplish
a wisdom
that?
saving throw with advantage because of your intellect fortress.
Okay. First roll. Thank goodness.
Well, that's a first roll. Second,
Okay.
20.
Yeah. You find once again this thing is trying to probe your psychic defenses, but having fortified them with magic, the magic granted to you by your sword, you are able to keep it its psychic tendrils at bay.
And this thing is a vertical wall?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Mara is going to use my channel divinity to create Twilight Sanctuary.
Okay.
And so basically Mara is considering that we have a chance of being frightened, and so she's taking preventative action.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, we're gonna do 1d6 plus 8. So if you end your turn here, we're gonna have 11 hit points. Yes, that is correct. Or 11 temporary hit points, I should say.
Planet. So it's basically encased in ice?
Yes, but the thing is, it's a solid sheet of ice in front of you, but the way that it is moving behind the ice does not look like it is frozen in solid ice. It's moving like it's unimpeded.
So it sounds like we have to break the ice.
Possibly.
Possibly literally. That's a
So how do we drive this out?
I wonder.
yeah.
Can a
I'm
sacred
wondering.
flame hit it behind there?
I can try.
Or maybe Iggy, you can place a bonfire under it, under its wherever its tentacles join.
Oh. Yeah, 8 is still in effect because that is an 8-hour spell. So, yes.
Do you think we can crack the ice?
Somehow I don't think that that's going to do it.
Have anything that revolves around fire.
Arvik pulls out the laser rifle and tries to shoot into the ice with the laser rifle.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
12.
You zap a spot on the ice and it sort of just evaporates a little bit along one piece of it, but doesn't seem to really penetrate.
So that's that idea.
I'd like to, is there a way to tell how thick the ice is? Tap on it and
Tell me how you would tell.
kind of I don't want to try and put a hole in it in case it's gonna flood the place, but I'm thinking like kind of put my ear up to it and tap it and just see.
Do you touch it?
Yeah,
Make an intelligence saving throw.
Put the intellect fortress on Wilfred.
that is a 10.
You take 42 psychic damage.
Holy hell!
Hot shit, much.
And I think probably fall prone.
Yeah.
Nose bleeds,
Think
ear bleeds, eye
alright.
bleeds.
Wilfred goes to to put his ear against it and with hammer to tap it, and then just kind of just stumbles back and just
Iggy is gonna grab Wilfred and drag him away, or
I'm
drag
gonna-
him to a safer distance, like back to here.
Wilfred will kind of scramble back, to make it happen.
Get in the sanctuary!
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary!
Yeah,
I'm
I can
gonna
actually see that on my map.
It's the purple.
I can't actually see it on the map. It's not
Okay.
visible to me.
It should be.
I mean,
Like I can click and see what your vision should be. So if it's not, you should be seeing like the big, tentacles through the ice wall, and you should be in a circle of purple that's centered around Mara.
Yeah, for some reason I can't see Mara's aura stuff.
Neither
I can
can
see
I.
the tentacles through the wall.
You guys don't
but
see those auras?
No.
I don't see the aura.
No,
That's
but I do see the
why.
tentacle.
Stupid. Okay, hang on. No. Okay. They changed the settings. Do you see it now?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. They
So-
added a setting that lets you define whether the players can see it or not, but does not default to letting them see it. All right. So,
anyway.
Iggy, your sword is basically saying this is your purpose, is to defeat this thing. Do it.
Okay.
Right.
Well, in that case, Eldritch Blast at the ice wall.
All right. Well, make an attack roll.
All right. I do not like these dice. 12.
It strikes the ice and kind of just dissipates. You get the feeling that it's not so much that that's an impossible way to hurt it, but that wasn't a good enough hit.
Right.
I'll take a shot with my laser rifle, but I want to aim at where either Iggy or Marcher has hit, kind of.
Concentrating on one central point.
Yes.
Range,
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, that's a really good idea.
range is.
I actually do have a laser rifle. I'll use that as well.
I've got a pistol. I'm not good at it, but it's better than nothing.
A dirty 20 will do some damage, so go ahead and roll damage for it.
So that would be 17 points.
Okay. You see it creates a small area that sort of melts away, and then a big crack forms in the wall.
Okay.
I've moved up a little bit. Oh, go, Iggy. You're up.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna also. I actually do have a laser rifle. I just haven't used it yet. 'Cause
Yeah, we
Eldritch
found
Blast
three
is so
rifles.
useful.
Yeah, we found 3 rifles and 2 pistols. And I think
Yeah.
the pistols we gave to
So-
Ale and Wilfred.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got one of the rifles. I'm gonna go ahead and hit right above. I'm gonna aim for right above where Rowan hit with that crack,
Okay. Roll your attack.
and we'll see if I can hit it. And that is a natural 20.
All right.
Ah, critical hit.
Go ahead and roll the damage.
Okay, so that is 3d8 is 24 plus 16.
40 points.
3.
All right. So I think what happens here is there's a moment where you are sort of lining up and leveling this this laser rifle, and it's not as though something is guiding your hands as much as something is there with you and is participating in this alongside you inside your own body. And as you look forward at this thing, and you can feel just these waves of alien feeling and thought just roiling at the surface, almost here, almost ready. But as you find your hands almost firing here, almost firing there, but now right there, and you fire, and the laser rifle blows up in your hand, destroying it. But the ice and there is a feeling of rage that emerges from this beast, and it withdraws and disappears. Now leaving. Whoops, that's supposed to be a shape. And so I'm trying to have it just like cover it up, and it's taking way too long to make it like feel useful. So, but it withdraws from behind the ice, and you feel like in your mind your sword. So you feel, looking down at the smoking remains of this laser rifle, feel like that seems like it would have hurt me to blow up in my hands, but it didn't somehow. And as your sword enters your mind and says, "You have driven it back from this portal. Well done."
Is it gone?
How many more portals are there?
We shall discover that together.
Okay. So it's gone from. So I'll turn to the group and say it's gone from this portal, but we'll probably run into it again later. So we'll have to keep driving it off.
Wilfred's going to just one finger to the ice.
Wilfred, get back
cold.
here and let me whoop you.
Yeah, I'm not touching that ice.
I'm gonna check the remains of the laser rifle to see if I can at least salvage the ammunition.
Yeah. Make an intelligence check.
I cut those.
19. No, that's the
cure
deal.
wounds.
Yes, so 19 points for you, Wilfred.
Oh, but 18. Well, I said a check, not a save, but it's fine because it's
the same number.
Same number. But yeah, you are able to recover the remaining power cells, even though that rifle is no longer functional.
So let's see. So that means there's 32 left in that. That was the first time you used it, right, Iggy?
Yep, that's the first time I used it. I do actually still have a laser pistol, so maybe that one will pay for the next one, but yeah, no, that thing is why I'm here.
Oh.
So I'll turn to Mars. So that's not the thing you're looking for.
No.
Now, once we broke the wall and it withdrew, did it leave a cavern or frozen ice? Or
I mean, looking at it now, as far as you can tell, it's solid ice.
Oh.
So it's like swimming through ice? That's weird.
Well, I think make an Arcana check, anyone who has proficiency in that.
Yeah, not me.
Absolutely.
Yes, please. 17.
Yeah. Well, especially you, Iggy, I think that you recognize that, like, it wasn't really in the ice. Like to think of it as physically in the ice that is in that location on the material plane is not really what was happening. It was just there's something about that patch of ice that was a weak place between the planes, and it was trying to use it to enter the material plane. And by damaging the ice, you prevented it from doing so, but it was never really physically in the ice behind that wall. It was more like at the door, and the door has now been bricked up.
Knocking at the door. Hold the door.
All right then. Well,
Knocking on heaven's
let's.
door?
Well, that was a lot easier than I think that it could have been. Why don't
how,
we,
how are you doing there, Wilfred?
I'm better.
I mean, usually I'm the one that gets knocked on my butt in these encounters.
I'm learning the more I hang out with you guys not to get close to weird things because they either hit really hard or put us on our butt
Or both.
or both.
So, Christiana, will you
Yep.
tell me when 10 minutes has passed so that we know when Twilight Sanctuary
Okay, sure.
Is it
Goes away.
one or one?
I mean, I think
Yeah.
it'll depend on just how long you're,
Yeah.
waiting there or hanging out. If you're kind of pressing forward, then
Yeah.
we'll
I
keep
think
it
we're
up.
pressing forward.
So at this point, my friends, that whatever that was, this is as far as I have gotten. Anything else beyond this point, I do not know what it is.
Well, let us explore then.
I'll
Yes.
remind you all that I have my zombies. I cannot see through their eyes, but we could send them ahead into a room we felt might be dangerous.
Okay.
That would be wise and a good use for them.
Well, how about this room on our right here?
Yeah, so the cave to the west there, you look through there, and every surface of this 20-foot high cave is polished to a mirror finish, such that when you look through, you are faced with countless distorted reflections of yourself. Your head spins as you try to keep your bearings.
I think we send the kobolds in first.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Mara is
this
hanging
is-
on to Iggy like, I really do not like this.
So Valine turns to one of the zombies and says, "Walk across that room, and when you reach the other side, return to us." And it just kind of moans, and it just goes, doop, 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 doop. Walks to the other side, and it kind of turns around a little clumsily, and then comes back.
Right. Yeah. Doesn't even have to like slip and slide.
No, it's walking
Huh.
pretty slowly.
Well, looks like
Right.
we probably get across with care.
Shall we go this way or what?
Well, if we're following the right-hand rule, we would go that way.
Okay, let's go that way then.
Right. So, in there, someone please roll a d12 for me.
I'll do it. A 1.
All right. As you are all walking around in there and kind of trying to sort of keep your balance as you like look around at all these different reflections that are sort of very like disorienting and kind of almost make you feel a little bit dizzy. All of a sudden, you're like looking around at all these countless reflections of you and all of the other members of your party, when all of a sudden you realize you're seeing a reflection of another figure, and and then as you kind of like startled look around, you find that there is in fact another figure there in the room with you, a man wandering around in this cavern. His fingers are black with frostbite, and his mouth is agape in a silent scream. He's just,
Are you seeing that?
Yes.
I mean, everyone sees it. He's kind of stumbling around the room, not paying particular attention to any of you.
Let's just not touch him.
Yeah. I agree with it.
All right.
It's not be hostile.
Let's
Let's just walk.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Okay.
Walk casually.
All right, so you guys just kind of avoid him as he stumbles around. You make your
Yes.
way through, and he does not bother you. In fact, he, as you're kind of making your way through, by the time you're all kind of leaving the room, whoever's like last leaving the room looks back and doesn't see him.
That's good.
That may not be the creepiest thing that happens to Jedi either.
All right, so are you kind of bearing to the right as well again?
Right hand rule
Yep.
could say
Yeah.
go
Yep.
up
All right,
north.
so as you emerge into that room, and I think probably about right now is when the Twilight Sanctuary drops. This 15-foot high U-shaped cavern appears empty at first glance, but a sudden tapping draws your attention to the west wall, within which is trapped a black-robed figure with a golden visage. And you see that trapped in the ice, like not completely embedded in the ice, but like enough of it embedded in the ice that it can't get out. You see a humanoid figure in a tattered black robe and wearing a golden face mask. And you can see that although the part of it that is emerged from the ice seems to be like alive or animate at least, its limbs are all embedded with the ice, and it doesn't seem to have any way to free itself.
Huh.
I don't think that mask is worth what we'd have to do to get it. I think we leave it there.
Valine talks to Professor Scant and says, try talking to it to see if it has anything to say. Professor Scant says something in Loros, the ancient Netherese language, and the figure seems to react as though it hears something, but it doesn't reply. Like it does seem to hear the sound, but doesn't seem to show any recognition or make any reply.
Hello, can you understand me?
It's pretty much the same reaction.
I'll try draconic, infernal, primordial for all same thing.
Yeah, no apparent difference. And as far as the mask is concerned, you guys with your expert treasure hunter assessor eyes tell you that it would probably be worth about 750 gold, the mask.
I'm gonna go up and try to take that mask off.
All right. So you go up and you just grab the mask.
Yeah.
And you pull it off. And it's an undead face underneath it. Ah!
Yeah.
But it is unable to stop you from taking the mask. It's just gross looking inside.
Perhaps
That. Ah. Ugh.
I think Wilfred. I think it probably best to just
Let it
destroy it. Yeah, whatever keeping it up might. Yeah.
I asked Professor Scant, I say, do you know why this would be here? Do you think, does this have something to do with the Netherese people? Like looking at the mask, like kind of holding it up to him, like.
Well, it is thought that the Netherese occasionally created certain undead servants that you might call mummies to act as lore keepers in their libraries. I wonder if this might be one of those fallen free of the city and trapped here in the ice.
Oh.
If I am correct that that was its duties, I suspect that separated from the library, it would want nothing more than to return to the library.
So if we got it out of here, do you think we could follow it to the library? I'm sure that would have a trove of knowledge for you, Invalid.
Well, I suspect that it might. If it has any knowledge of where the library is, that is where it would try to return. However, if it has been stuck here ever since the city fell, then, like the golem, it may not know the way. It may just wander aimlessly in search of the library.
Can you ask it that? Ask it if like
When
yes
I
or no.
asked before, it did not seem to have any language.
Well, I mean, like a nod or shake your head for Yes or no?
It did not reply to me in any way or signify that it understood.
Okay.
So
Okay.
my
I'm
thing
gonna
is,
try telepathy on it. If it knows any kind of language, I should be able to communicate.
I think what Professor Scant says is that they were created as they were very much like Valine's zombies. They have no
Okay.
will of their own. They are simply created to do the bidding of those that created them.
Okay.
well, guys,
And
I think we might want to take the shot of letting this thing free. If we let it free and it goes about what it's meant to do, it might lead us to where we need to go to find the things that Valine is looking for, especially.
Assuming it doesn't attack us. It is undead. Yet,
And I pat Ale on the shoulder, and I'm sure Bahamut would be proud of you to smite it into the dirt.
all right, how do you propose freeing it
that's-
without getting undeadified? Mummies are dangerous. Yes, even our friendly quote unquote pet mummy is dangerous. This mummy is dangerous. How do you propose to free it without getting walloped in the process?
Does it look like a way we could maybe melt the ice?
I mean, yeah, you could really just kind of just chop at the ice or attack the ice, and like bear in mind that a couple of the times so far that you guys have wanted to attack ice, you're really just rolling too low. Is the problem?
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try to.
And that bonfire cantrip might also help.
Yeah, I'll try to. I've got. Do I have my?
Wolford's got a nice big warhammer. He's going to go ahead and attack the
I've got a short sword.
All right.
I'll take a whack at it with the short swords.
Okay. Well, whoever is attacking, go ahead and do what you're doing.
I got it.
I'm the worst.
Yeah, I think it just vibrates up your arms. Like,
Ron gets mad, pulls out the bow. Fine. I know where my bread is
Again.
buttered.
For 17.
16.
Yeah, so your the 17 does hit, so go ahead and roll damage. Your 16 does hit also.
Nice.
5.
Okay, so you chip some of the ice away, and then Rowan chips more of the ice away, but it's not totally free yet.
I'll take another shot at it.
24.
30-20.
All right, yeah. So you guys chip the rest of the ice away, and with you've chipped enough of it away that it's sort of like lurching back and forth. That it's is able to free itself from what remains of the ice. Some of its cloak kind of pulls out as where it was stuck into the ice. But as it emerges, it seems to just be it's doesn't attack, but it's watching you as though you're in the way.
Gonna
Oh, I'm gonna move out of the way.
step back.
Yeah, and I'll as I do, I'll gather up my arrows and let's get ready to follow it if it heads off, guys.
And it does. It just kind of starts slowly walking in this direction.
Nice. Well, let's follow
Then it kind of
the.
just
Follow
stops
the
where
mummy.
Arvik's blocking the hallway and just patiently waits.
And I'll get out of its way.
It continues, and it starts going down to the south there.
All right, I'll keep my bow at the ready, and I will follow behind the mummy librarian.
All right.
Isn't that ironic? I'm a librarian.
Oh,
Okay, so it is making its way down south through that tunnel. And then as you are emerging into this larger area where it's leading you, you find a grove of frost-covered trees filling this 50-foot high cavern, the floor of which is a mixture of earth and ice. By some magic or miracle, the trees are alive, their canopies thick with frosty leaves, their branches bearing purple pears that hang like ornaments. A low wall, broken in several places, threads its way through the grove. Sorry, my dog's moving my microphone stand. Which is surrounded by 6 exits. There's a variety of ways to go in this this big cavern here. But the mummy seems to not be paying any of that any attention. It's just going down this way.
Is the mummy leaving tracks?
I mean, it's making some tracks like where there is kind of snow, but a lot of it is just frozen ground that doesn't really take footprints much.
Let's keep following it. We won't have another chance like this.
I'd like to grab one of the pears.
Okay. So let's see. You grab one of the pears, and there is a handout for it that I'm not going to give you right away. But basically, it like you've seen a pear.
Purple.
Wilfred's going to go and grab one as well.
Okay.
'Cause, yeah, who knows?
We'll have to come back here. I would like to check out these trees. Like these, it's a marvel that these are alive and bearing fruit, no less.
Does
Don't eat it.
Yeah, Valine says they are unquestionably magical.
does it feel like at all soft, or does it feel frozen?
I mean, it feels like a perfectly ripe piece of fruit.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah. Until we get a chance to check these out after we follow our mummy librarian, Wilfred, don't eat that.
Oh yeah.
All right. So
That's what the identify spell's for.
So the mummy seems to be heading down and going right down through that passage. And here's where I'm going to briefly insert into the meta, because this is a campaign question for the party. This mummy has led you to the passage that will take you to the city. If you continue following the mummy at this time, that's where he will lead you.
Yeah, I think
But
we
there's
wanna do
other
that.
stuff in this cave that you haven't seen yet, so I wanted to just kind of let you guys
We
know.
want to see where he leads us and then come back.
Well, I mean, if you want. So I'm kind of telling you that as he goes down this tunnel, you're going to realize pretty quickly that that's a long tunnel.
Okay. So then how about we let him go and I'll track him once we're done here.
Yeah. So like
Yeah,
as he starts going through that one, you follow him for a bit when you realize this tunnel is not branching or into larger caverns like that anymore. It's a long tunnel, and you might follow him like 100 yards, realizing there's no more branches at this point.
Okay. Yeah. So then most definitely we'll turn back and go back to the magical trees. Cause I'm still in my favorite terrain, and I should be able to track him. And even if I can't, if this pathway doesn't branch, we should be able to catch up to him at some point.
All right. So you return back to this grove area, and as you kind of come back into that room, you see a female form emerge from one of those trees, and she looks to you and says, "You came back. I thought you were with one of those undead things, and I was afraid of you before, but now you've left it behind. Who are you, and what brings you to this place?"
We are the Seekers. We are investigating these caverns, looking for the lost city. Who might you be?
My name is Hathawin. And she points to the southernmost tree and says, and this is my tree.
I'm gonna make a knowledge nature check to see if I recognize the trees.
So they are unfamiliar trees.
Oh.
And what?
But you might know that but
Here-
you might
and
know
so
she's a
here she
dryad.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think any of you who would have any reason to know what a dryad is can certainly recognize that is what she is.
So, how long have you been down here?
A long time. I'm not sure because I can't see the sun here. But the magic of the city bound me to the grove and keeps the trees alive. So here I am. But it has been quite a long time, and I've had very few living creatures to keep me company.
Is there any way to get to unbind you?
She looks horrified at the prospect.
So you don't mind being down here?
It's not so much that I want to be here, but I can't be separated from my tree. It's who I am.
Could
In
the
order
tree-
to rescue her, we would need to move the tree. A bit
Or
beyond our
end-
resources, I think.
Or end the rhyme.
She smiles benevolently and says, I appreciate the thought, but I do not need rescue so much as company. And as long as you are willing to stay and provide conversation, I am sure I can answer questions you may have, and you may partake of my fruit.
Oh,
That's a lovely.
Wilfred,
What else on your
fruit
fruit?
is it?
Ah, well, these are ancient Netherese purple pears.
and what properties do they have beyond normal fruit?
Hang on just a second. I'm just double checking because she is speaking. Do any of you know either Elvish or Sylvan?
I know
Oh.
Elvish.
Okay, she is speaking Elvish.
Okay.
I will translate because my Elvish is slightly more ancient than others.
That's how I learned it.
She does seem to have like a little bit of a strange dialect, but you can certainly follow. So I'm sorry. What was the last question?
What are the properties of the pears? Like, what do they do? What makes them special?
Beyond fruit.
Ah, well, they are certainly full of magic. The magic has become a little bit unpredictable over the years, but it is certainly beneficial. I can promise you that it will not do anything to harm any of you, but I cannot guarantee any specific result either.
Arvik eats one.
Insight?
Okay.
Yep.
Arvik eats one. Please go ahead and roll a d20, please. I said please twice, because I really mean it. Ooh.
Natural 20.
Meanwhile,
Nice.
Mar is just delighted to be talking
Yeah.
with somebody fluently in Elvish.
Oh, you got a good one. So Arvik, as you eat it, you know, you're eating it, and it's tasty. It's pretty good. Like, well, here's a question: the Goliaths probably don't eat a lot of fruit. They just don't have the opportunity very much. I
No,
would
it's not
think.
something. No.
So I would
not
imagine
very
it
much.
is
I mean,
just like
occasionally
it is,
you get these little tiny berries. you
Yeah,
know.
it's like supernaturally
Cloudberries.
sweet, but not in an overpowering way. It has a really lovely, sort of firm, crisp texture to it. It's very tasty. And as you eat it, you know, at first you're just really enjoying it. Like, I'm not going to say you're not like magically compelled to finish it, but you want to because it's just good. And so as you are about, you know, just finishing it up, you do feel sort of a magical glow inside you, and just intuitively you know that you have received a charm of restoration. So this is 6 charges
Okay.
that you have, and you can use an action to spend some charges to cast either greater restoration for 4 charges or lesser restoration for 2 charges.
Oh wow.
Hey!
And the
that-
charges
You can
do
use
not
that.
regenerate, but you have 6. So you can either cast greater restoration once and lesser restoration once, or lesser restoration 3 times.
You can use that on Wilfred and yourself.
I'd say easy on yourself.
Well, I can only do one of the two of us, and of the two of us, of the two of them, Marcher is pretty sure that that Wilfred is the one who is is worse off, because clearly there's nothing wrong with Marcher, nothing wrong with Arvik. So yeah, he's going to immediately use a greater restoration on Wilfred.
Just right away, huh? All right. Yeah, Wilfred, as Arvik eats this pear, suddenly gets this blissful look on his face, and then touches you on the shoulder, and you feel magic flooding your being, and suddenly he's given you the power of low self-confidence.
Normal self-confidence.
Normal self-confidence.
And,
I'm just,
and,
I know, obviously we're joking about it,
Yeah.
but I'm just sort of feeling
He's
like
taken away your
yeah,
narcissism.
This feeling of like, oh, I'm the best at everything I do has suddenly been stripped away from you. Which probably, while good and safe for everybody, is probably doesn't feel great in the moment. But
and
what
Wilford
you
will,
can also you probably can recognize though in hindsight is that feeling was impressed upon you from
Yeah.
from outside.
Wilford will kind of stare, blink, and just kind of go. Stu, stu, stu.
I will put a hand on Wilford's shoulder. It wasn't your
Hathaway
fault.
hugs you.
Aww.
And Wilford
Yeah.
will kind of just both arms,
Aww.
Tree hugger.
Yes.
and then he'll go and take the fruit he had and
Mhm.
eat it.
Okay.
Good. You can
Roll your own d20.
19.
Oh, okay. You got the silly one.
Okay.
It's not really
Silly,
that
but
silly.
positive
It's
is great.
got a silly name. You have received the charm of purplemancy. This charm allows you to cast the fairy fire spell. You can only make it violet light, and it's got a save of 15. And you can cast it as a bonus action instead of an action, and you can use it 3 times.
But in purple, you're stunning.
Oh, that's interesting.
So,
Really interesting.
Mark, could you ask the Dryad if there are any negative possibilities in eating the pears?
I will translate the question.
And she says, "Oh no, of course not. Like I said, I have no control over which gift it gives you, but I can promise them that none. I can promise you that none of them will harm you."
I will say that and then say, typically, in my experience with dryads, most of them are aligned at least neutral, if not good. I have never met an evil dryad, but I have also never been to very many cursed lands, and we really don't have dryads in the Shadow Plane. Or the Shadowfell.
Ale will try a pear next.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll your d20.
A 12.
A 12. You receive the charm of Cure Wounds. You can
Nice.
cast the Cure Wounds spell at the 3rd level version as an action with no components, and you can do it 1 time.
Level cure wounds. Yeah, that's not nothing.
I will also take a pear, and I will say in Elvish, thanks for the food.
She looks very pleased. She is the very happy to be hosting her first dinner party in a long time.
Yes. and Mara's just like delighted by her, so
Okay.
and the D20 says 9.
9. You get the charm of sending, which allows you to cast the sending
Yay!
spell as an
Because I
action.
took it off my spells.
Yeah, you can cast that sending once.
Okay,
That's your
so
charm.
1 charm of sending.
I think Valine eats one, and she gets the charm of vicious mockery.
Oh, geez.
Oh, that's appropriate.
That's appropriate.
How many pears do I see on the trees?
There's enough for you each to have one, and then there's some to spare. But she seems to be eager to let you each have one.
Okay.
Okay.
Then
I imagine that if we leave this place with one of these, the magic probably won't last, or probably the pear won't last too long.
Probably.
Yeah, she says that they it doesn't specifically say, but yeah, I think that's a good guess that you can't just hang on to them.
Okay.
Then I will, I'll pick one and eat one.
All right. 14. You also receive the charm of Cure Wounds. So you can cast
Useful
the
thing.
third level Cure Wounds once.
Okay,
Hey,
and
Mara,
I'll eat the one that I picked before.
All right.
Yes, Wilfred. What?
next combat,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be purple.
Okay.
I hope
Iggy, you also have received the charm of Vicious Mockery. You can
Hi.
cast the Vicious Mockery cantrip, 5th level version, meaning 2 die of the damage die. Save DC 15.
Nice. I will make a note of it.
All right. Is that everybody? I think maybe it
That's
was.
everybody.
All right. But yeah, Valine is just seems so pleased to have someone to talk to and people who like her fruit.
You mean the Dryad, not
Yeah.
Helene.
Hathawin.
Oh, yes,
Hathawin.
excuse me. Hathawin the Dryad. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like Mara's going back and forth with her rapid fire Elvish, just like talking about how beautiful her trees are and how she what do you think will happen if we end the rhyme? Would that help your grove?
I am really not sure. I would guess not, because my grove was created by the wizards that ran the ancient Netherese city, you see, and they were very powerful. And so, even though a goddess, if she wished to directly interfere with the magic, may have the power to do so, I do not think that it is not her spell that is keeping me here. It was the falling of the city into the ice.
So, how long does it take for these pears to grow? And if one kept the seeds from the pears, could they grow their own tree?
I suspect that without the magic you might grow pears, but they would not be my special variety. As for how long they grow or how fast they grow, it would probably take me a few days to regrow the number that you have eaten.
Oh,
Well, something to keep in mind for the future, because
On the
But
way out from the city.
definitely keeping the pips from this one because
Because you're so friendly, I will certainly tell you, even if you were to try to eat more than one of the pears, one is helpful and healthy, 2 or more, not as much.
Understood.
Understood.
thank you for telling us. So,
Price of greed.
all right,
Motion disability
friends, I
table,
think,
anyone?
I'm gonna. Matter of fact, I say. So, if we give you the seeds from these pears, could you plant more tree?
Here? I mean, there's not much more room here.
Would you like us to bring them elsewhere to be planted?
I suppose that would make me happy to imagine them out there, growing
It
in
is a
interesting
lovely
places.
legacy, for sure.
yeah, I think Wilfred's going to take some time to do detect magic and if identify if he can, and just see if he can learn anything about the magic used in this area.
All right. So, I mean, I think you certainly see that the dirt that and the trees themselves do give off, a magical aura. I mean, that doesn't necessarily tell you like how
I
it's
mean,
used
just
exactly.
for
Yeah, I mean, it's very powerful. You can kind of just admire it, but I mean, detect magic's not gonna let you unlock the secrets of how to teleport the entire grove to a nicer place.
Well, I'm just saying, get the first small step to maybe possibly duplicating the magic in future.
Yeah.
Because
You gather that that to keep it's one thing to have a magical grove and to have a grove where a dryad is bound to it. It's another thing to say, and it still works after thousands of years buried in
Yeah.
a glacier.
Yeah.
That you think might be like the secrets of how to do that are probably not found anywhere outside of, say, an ancient Netherese city.
Yeah. Well, his aim would be more attempting to duplicate the beneficial effects in place that has sunshine and warm temperatures and
Well,
appropriate seasonal thing for a fruit you might like this.
Yeah.
A fruit you made.
I mean, I have to think that it's still a bit like it's less about like looking at blueprints and more about like looking at an amazing Renaissance painting, right? Like you can look at it and say, well, okay, I mean, I guess that probably used this kind of paint and did brush strokes kind of like this, but there's a vast gulf between that and being able to replicate any aspect of it.
Well, basically, like Valine was talking to him about choosing what he wants to study in the future.
Oh, sure. No, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to take roleplay stuff away from you. I'm just saying you're not going to get anything mechanical from this. For fluff of just saying, isn't this interesting? I want to see all I can see about it. I'm just telling you, you're not going to get like. There's no secrets in the adventure for you here.
Oh yeah. Just for future roleplay stuff.
Sure.
So I asked the Dryad, I say, so do you know what is above here? Like, seeing as we came down from another direction and we were trying to explore this whole cavern system, do you know what dangers might be above you or where the other paths in here lead?
Oh, well, I don't know very much about any of those other passageways because generally speaking, I don't like to venture too far from the safety of my trees. And, just based on what it looks like in here, I would imagine up further is just very cold. But what I can certainly say is that the cave directly to the south, and not the one that the mummy went into, there are some strange one-eyed creatures in there that came up from the city when the Dark Elves last came out from there.
Dark elves.
Oh, yes, there were also some Dark Elves. 3 Dark Elves passed through the grove on multiple occasions, coming and going from that one, and she points to where the mummy went, and that one pointing to the southwest passage. I didn't want to talk to them, though, because they looked stern.
Unfriendly.
Yes.
all right.
Drow. Why did it have to be drow?
Catherine, would you mind if I took some small samples from the trees?
Oh,
Like
I
nothing.
suppose that would be all right, but be gentle.
Okay. Yeah, he'll take like some, and a sample. Some dead leaves, some good leaves.
Yeah. She, so she makes the face of like, I'm receiving a shot. Like, it's not fun, but I've agreed to it and it's important, so I'm
It's
going to
like-
bear through it. Yeah.
Just like a gentle, just one leaf.
Yeah. She doesn't seem unhappy about it, but you gather that it is at least, painful in a small way.
Yeah. Okay. But then, well, right. One-eyed creatures. Any idea what those are?
I've never seen the like of them before, but they came from the city, and so I would guess that they have something to do with it. I have not been to the city in quite some time, as I said. But they muttered about the city. I couldn't quite make heads or tails of what they were trying to say, though, I'm afraid. It's not the language as much as just seemed confused.
I think player knows what these are. Would Wilfred have any idea?
Well, I guess make an Arcana check.
Okay. 16?
I think just as you are about to say Nothix, I think, Valine says, Nothix, I think.
Yes. That's it.
And she turns to the rest of you and explains, is saying, when a wizard loses control of their own magical appetites, they can sometimes be transformed into these strange creatures known as Nothics. They are certainly known by their large uniform eye. Uniform is not the right
Alright,
word,
well.
just the singular is what I mean. And in
So
fact,
shall
actually,
we,
as you start saying that, you hear a little bit of just like hushed whispers from down there.
They tend to not be very friendly.
This passage right here.
Yep.
So should we go deal with them? Do you think? Would
Might
it be worth
a good
it?
idea.
Are they intelligent enough that we could find out stuff about the city from them?
Potentially. The problem with Nothics is less that they don't know anything and more that they are mad.
Ah.
But they certainly might be able to offer some information to us if we treat them well.
I have an idea. A way to talk, Here. Wilfred is gonna kind of walk casually in.
All right. As you do, I'm giving you all a handout of Nothics.
Okay.
So these beautiful babies are what we're talking about here. And so there are 4 of them. So as you look in there, huddled together at the west end of this 10-foot high cave are 4 hunched creatures with spiny backs and sharp claws. Each one stares at you with a single unblinking eye.
Hi.
They stare at you and then whisper amongst themselves, clearly speaking this ancient Netherese language, Loras.
Professor.
Oh, yes, of course. And he swoops back in and says, they are talking about how there are too many of you to take on and how they simply hope that you will go away.
Well, I mean, perhaps we don't really want to fight if we don't have to.
Professor Scant, translates, and they look around amongst themselves, and they seem, they're staring at you, not blinking, and kind of making, odd body language moments. And then Professor Scant says, they want to know if you have any food, or if you have any drink.
Well, I do believe we have a special supply of many different types of liquids. Some good, some not. Perhaps.
So I will turn to Professor Scant. What kind of drink do they prefer?
I suspect, and this is purely speculation on my part, that they are not very particular.
How about you give them some wine?
I think wine is an excellent idea. The question is, do we have something that we can pour it in for the creatures?
Didn't you say you can make a gallon of beer?
Well,
Like-
we have the vials that we had the holy water in.
Well, that's
Well, I
only a
think
few
you guys
ounces.
probably also have like cups or whatever that are part of your own like
Yeah.
mess
Oh,
kits and that sort of thing.
I'll pull out a little mug. Like, here, this. I think they can share this among themselves.
Yeah,
Arvik
I can
pulls
make
out
a
his
gallon.
little tiny-
I can make a gallon of wine or 4 gallons of beer. So I'll make a gallon of wine. That should be enough for
Yeah.
everybody.
They
For all of them.
they definitely are very eager, and they are extremely messy and kind of almost frantic in their attempt to each of them consume the wine first. Like they seem to be within their foursome competitive over who gets to have that wine first. Now they're
great,
not
drinking
attacking or
contest.
being aggressive to you, only towards each other. But they are definitely squabbling over it.
I tell Professor Scant to tell them to calm down. We have mugs for all of them.
Valine asks Professor Scant, ask them if they can confirm that the southeast passage leads to Ithrin. And Professor Scant, speaks, and I'm not gonna always. I'm just gonna start, voicing them as though this is happening. But it is
Yeah.
Professor Scant translating, and so they say, "Yes, yes, that is where Ithrin lies. There, the central spire, and the Eriolathus rising and presiding above it all."
And what do you know? What type of creatures are in ether, or do you remember?
Many, many. There are many creatures of magic. Giant floating hands made of magical force. Magical servants. All sorts of things. In fact, of course, there's also Eriolathus, who has lost not only his mind, but most of his body as well. All that remains is a floating skull, but don't cross him, or else you'll find out how much a skull can do, I'll tell you.
Mara turns as soon as she hears Eriolathus. And like all I can tell, and probably Rowan can tell as well, like very focused on what they're saying.
Because you've mentioned that name to me explicitly. So yeah, I put a hand on the shoulder, like I'll nod, like yeah.
What do you know about this Eriolathus?
Well, he was once a powerful Netherese archwizard. Yes, he lives in the spire, the central spire, of course. Now, you can't just walk into the central spire. No, you must perform the ritual. I don't recall how to do the ritual. Do you? And they start asking each other, and they get in a little loop where they're asking each other if they remember. And then they conclude, we don't remember, but there are clues to be found in the towers of wizardry scattered throughout the city, of course. Ha ha!
Wow.
Iggy,
Well, that's
Iggy
all
will
good
offer
piece of
some of the rations, like one for each, and say, "Are you sure you don't remember?"
Do you withhold the ration as though only the right answer will get them the ration, or do you just hand it over?
I'm going to withhold the hold it just out of reach.
Okay.
Just, are you sure?
They're looking at it, and they're looking at you, and then they confer amongst themselves. We remember if you give us the food.
And then I'll hand over the food. That's what I was looking for. What
All right.
what can you tell us about the ritual?
They eat the food and they say, "What ritual?"
Oh, it's a good thing Wolf got that curse removed.
Yeah. It was worth a shot.
Well, the other thing that there's all sorts of parts of the city that aren't going to work if as long as the central spire still has that strange spindle in it.
Spindle. Wilfred will create a or he's seen an illustration of what the mythal is, right?
The Mythalar, yeah, and they look and say, yes, that's the Ithrin's Mythalar, and it is at the center of the city, at the base of the central spire. But of course, the spindle that they found, the strange spindle, the mysterious artifact, it turned off the Mythalar, and the city fell. I suspect it won't function until they remove the spindle, but to do that, you would have to know the ritual, and I don't recall the ritual. Do you remember the ritual? And they get in their little loop again.
Wow. That looks sounds like we might have gotten about everything we can from them.
One of them goes up to you, Iggy, and gets like really close. Like it brings its eye and like just like an inch from your face and says,
Careful.
"Is there more food if we tell you about the scroll?"
Possibly. What scroll?
What scroll?
Yes. You want to give me information? You want me to give you food for information about the scroll?
Yes.
Which scroll would that be information on?
If I were to tell you what scroll it was, then that would be the extent of the bargain. And then
Iggy
he
will
turns
pull
they
out one
start-
more ration bar.
Okay. He immediately goes to like just grab it out of your hand. Like, do you let him grab it?
Yeah, I'll let him grab it.
Okay, and he grabs it and just immediately. I'm talking, of course, about the scroll to summon the Tarask. And Professor Scant immediately like bobs up and says, "My word! They say that there's a scroll which can summon the Tarask, which is one of the most legendary, dangerous creatures in all of existence. I am an expert in it myself, and I had always thought, wouldn't it be fascinating to summon one and study it? However, of course, if you were to ever summon one, it is doubtful you would survive long enough to do much studying."
I think that would be a spell that would have to
Tarask defeat the
kind of
Frostmaiden?
locked away. Because
Yeah.
Valine says, "The Arcane Brotherhood has many vaults perfectly suitable for secreting away dangerous magical artifacts. I could certainly see that it gets there."
yeah, I think definitely is something that definitely lock it away because I'm pretty sure like the Tarasi, it's one of those things that people might not know what it is, but it's like it's known as like world ending almost.
Yeah. So I would say anyone who wants can like roll a history roll, but you know what? Like let's not bother because you can ask anything you want to know from Professor Scant. But yeah, as he kind of sums up, the short version is that like the Tarask is like the thing that ends the world in a whole bunch of different myths. It's like across the planes, it's considered perhaps the single most dangerous individual creature in all of existence.
Good lord.
Yeah, it's
Like
not
short
something.
of a god perhaps only, and not like a lesser goddess like Arl, but like one of the big ones.
Wow. Yeah. So
Not summon the Tarask.
yeah, lock it away definitely.
Certainly not summon it without taking appropriate precautions.
And not right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what is around the corner in some of these other places?
So they indicate that the passageway to the east, it leads to fascinating echoes of the past, is what they say. And then to the west from here, this southwest passage, is where the Dark Elves went and where they came from. But there's also one of the destroyed towers in that direction, and the giant spear stuck in the ice.
So let's check out the west first, I think.
Yeah. Oh, enjoy your solitude. We will leave you to it.
And I think as you're leaving, just like taking a look back at them, I think you get a little bit of a body language feeling from them that like there's too many of you. If someone were to come in by themselves, that conversation might have gone differently.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
Hathawin comes and says, "Were they nice?"
They were conditionally nice.
There were too
Our-
many for us to kill, for
Too
them to
many
kill
to-
us.
Yeah.
Fair.
I wouldn't go in there by yourself. They might try to kill and eat you.
I think I will split the difference by just not talking to them.
Good idea.
Honestly, not very good conversationalists.
Well, thank you for stopping by and the conversation.
Yes.
Perhaps we will
we'll
see
be
each
back
other
around-
again if you are not killed in the city.
We'll be back through here
Yes.
at some point.
There's definitely much more for me to learn.
Mhm.
Here.
I didn't know you were into plants, Wilfred.
Well, normal plants,
Mhm.
magical plants.
So it's not the botany, it's the magic. I see.
So the one other thing that I'll say here is that there is in this room, there's also another one of these big tunnels that you've found, but this one kind of slopes upward, and that's into the northwest there. And the Nothics hadn't been that way; they don't know what's up there.
Okay, so maybe, but we do know that it kind of slopes.
That one slopes upward. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually going to send Piccolo up,
Okay.
and I know he's not. I don't have a token for him on this, which is fine.
I will.
But just...
I will give you your Piccolo token. Bloop. Bloop. Yeah.
Just go take a look, and
So as Piccolo floats up that cave, you recognize that you would need magic or climbing gear to easily climb up that little tunnel because it's very sort of smooth and slick. But as he emerges, this chamber rises to a height of 40 feet and is shaped like an egg. The floor is slightly concave and sinks toward the 15-foot diameter in the hole. That seems to be the upper end of a tunnel. Of course, you know that it is. Looking to the north, there are strange sort of like egg-like shapes in the snow up there. And then there's also a small passage to the west from here.
okay. So this isn't an area that we've been in before.
No.
Okay, so Piccolo's just gonna take peeks.
Okay.
Let's see. What
So peeking in there, I'm just tracking like how far away he can get because you can see 100 feet, right? So.
Well, no, I can. I have.
Oh,
the,
you have the special thing that makes it
Yeah.
much longer. Yeah, never mind, I forgot. So, yeah.
As long as we're on the same plane.
Sure, yeah. So Piccolo is flying in through there, and as he emerges into that room, hang on. This enormous cave has glassy walls and a smooth domed ceiling 40 feet overhead. The cavern contains 2 large pools, both of which have steam rising from them. And also, like, bits and bones lying around here and there.
Okay. All right. So, I'll tell Piccolo to come on back,
All right.
and tell the others. Okay, so that passageway is nowhere we've been before, and there's like steaming pools up there where, with lots of piles of bones. So, probably dangerous creatures in the pools, if I was to guess.
And Wilfred sees that and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna do something similar. And gonna send Snowball out to scout the where the Dark Elves came from.
Okay. So you are limited by the 100-foot rule,
Yes.
though, right? So let's.
Is that a straight line or?
No, hang on. It's yeah. So that's. Oh well, actually, yeah. You're right though. That if it doesn't matter about can be through the as the crow flies. So did I? I don't think I made a token for your.
I just had a general bat.
Yeah.
Generic bat.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I made like a special one. Here, let me give you. Okay, and then can controlled by, oh shoot, see, yeah, sorry, I can't I thought I've been able to do this before, to give you control of it without it having to be a thing, but I can't right now, so sorry about that. But what I'll say is you can just move your own token through through the tunnel, and you're not going to see anything right away. It's very just twisty and turny around there for a while, but you can just to see. So like, there's not anything that gets a specific description right away, but you can certainly, your bat can scout that out ahead of you.
Yeah. Well, so I guess I don't know how far I can go.
A little further than that. Well, and then also, if you are kind of following and entering the tunnel as he's just going ahead, I mean, you can.
I think I'll send Snowball out to the limits, to the limit of, and have him basically perch on, kind of find a spot to perch.
Okay.
And then basically I'll move, come out of it, move forward.
Okay. Looks like you are. Like, were you able to? So, yeah. So my point is, you're going to go a ways through this tunnel without seeing anything. So you guys might as well just move through it. Is my point.
Okay. Yeah, I can control the bat.
Oh, good. I don't know why I. Yeah, I guess I said
I can't see through it.
Interesting. What about now? Well, I mean, it's on the same spot as your token, so it wouldn't would have to have dark vision.
Now I can.
All right.
So,
I'm just
see
moving them along to catch up with you. Yeah, so you guys are just watching this twisting, turning tunnel. So you haven't really encountered anything else unusual at that stage, but if you keep sending Snowball ahead.
Yep.
So right there, you see that there's a split where to go to the left, there is clearly sort of a step up that looks a little bit like it's up onto some sort of a platform with a strange statue there. And then to the right is that cavern has a 15-foot high ceiling and a smaller dead-end cave at the back of it. But sticking out of the larger cave's floor at a 60-degree angle is a giant-sized wooden spear with its obsidian tip pointing upward, and the spear is glowing with a faint cold light.
Huh. That is interesting. Huh. It's literally a giant spear. Huh. Meh. Have Noble go up here and interesting. Then can go back towards the statue.
So basically, okay, hang on. Icicles are. No, see, you're coming into it from the other side compared to where it's what it's describing. You see a statue of a frost-covered statue of a human wizard gazing outward from atop a 3-foot-high stone pedestal. And then this whole little structure here is on top of a 5-foot-high curved stone platform enclosed by a low wall.
Does it look like anything like the statues that see at the moon dial?
No.
Okay.
I mean, in that they are humanoid statues, yes, but not otherwise. These are clearly human wizards. Those were elves.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nothing seemingly dangerous over here.
So far.
And this is a 5 foot.
Yeah, you would have to like climb over it, but it wouldn't be too difficult. Like,
Just-
it would be difficult terrain in combat, but otherwise not a problem.
I'll turn to Arvik. I wonder if this tower has the same ability to allow you to recharge spells.
Professor Scant says, I do not see the similar inscriptions on this one. It may have been a building with a different purpose.
Okay.
So the bat is currently looking northward into a room. Icicles cling to the 20-foot high ceiling of this ice cavern. Embedded in the south wall is a domed circular building made of seamless black stone. Oh, you know what? Hang on. You know what? This is... Okay. Domed circular building. Oh, okay. I see. See this sort of... This, like, rounded snow wall? That's the wall of this domed circular building it's talking about. Domed circular building made of seamless black stone and decorated with faintly glowing constellations. A frost-covered statue of a human wizard stands outside it, gazing outward from atop a 3-foot-high stone pedestal. The building and statue rest on a 5-foot-high curved stone platform enclosed by a low wall.
Ah.
So it is this wall that is the wall of this domed building that it mentions.
Okay.
All right.
And I. Okay.
Let's keep looking around.
Peek and peek.
You know, seeing in that room more of you know, a big like this whole platform seems to be a full circle, and even though part of it's obstructed by the ice in here, there's more of it in there. 3 more of those statues, and there does seem to be from this side an opening in the dome structure.
So
Yeah, and then
There's a room.
there's another passageway that looks like another one of those strange tunnels that goes to the north upward.
can I go towards the door? Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna sneakily flap up into here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, give me a moment here. So as the bat, you know, flaps into the doorway, what he sees inside, much of this building has collapsed, but the front room is intact and also free of ice and frost. The remnants of smashed furnishings suggest that the room once served as a wizard's workshop. Atop a splintered table is a brimstone cube small enough to hold in one hand. The air around the cube ripples as it seems to be putting out enough dry heat to warm the room. What you also see in the room is a drow who looks up with concern at the bat and then is going to cast Ray of Frost on it.
Oh no!
And gets a critical hit.
Oh no!
And Snowball goes poof. And it's like,
Snowball becomes his namesake.
ah,
No.
Yeah.
well, I found a drow.
Well,
And,
let's get moving before he uses the information he got to summon help. Let's go.
Iggy, just a moment. There's a thing. Hang on.
Oh boy.
Oh wait, there's more.
Yeah. As you kind of moved into the room, let's see. There's a 21 to hit, which I believe does hit for you.
Yes, it does.
as one of those icicles turns out to not be an icicle, but instead a creature known
Is
as
it?
an ice.
Oh no, it's a snowpiercer!
They call it an ice piercer, but we know better.
Oh,
Yeah, so
no.
it drops off the ceiling and does 16 piercing damage and 11 cold damage as it drops onto your head and attempts to just like pin you to the ground.
Oh wow.
Oh dear God.
Wilfred. 17? Does a 17 hit?
No.
At the last second, oh, hang on. Actually, this should, yeah. You are able to raise your shield and deflect the one that was just about to drop onto you. And let me just briefly put that on the token layer where it flops down. Blump.
I would like to smash it.
Yes, these things are pretty pathetic once they're on the ground. Their move, evolutionarily speaking, is to kill something on the first attack and then to eat it. They're not actually great at this. So you can go ahead and just smack at it if you want.
All right.
You know what?
Oh, yeah,
Let's
I'll
just
roll.
go ahead and roll initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
And so, yeah, they have, yeah, they roll low on initiative, but they're essentially holding actions. And, yeah, and so everyone got their updated initiative?
I do.
Yes, indeed.
All right. So, I didn't re-roll for Valine. Hang on. Let's see. Stupid layers. All right. All right. And I'm just going to have her zombies go on her turn instead of having them separate initiative. That's just tiresome. Okay, so Ale, you are first. You have seen two of these things drop out off the ceiling onto your friends. One of them hurt Iggy. The other one was deflected by Wilfred.
Well, we can't have the
Okay.
one hurt Iggy anymore, so I'm going to move to here.
You all did take your 11 temporary hit points from when I had Twilight Sanctuary up, right?
Oh no, I should do that. That's
Yeah.
right, that stays.
That's
important.
yeah.
Okay, so yes, I will move to here and I will whack at the Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
So, okay. So that is a whomping 9. I don't think that's gonna hit.
It turns out that it has a fairly tough hide on it. Which makes sense, really, given that how easily they disguise themselves as icicles.
Well, I will try to
Very
whack it
craggy
again.
hide. 21 will hit.
21 will hit. Good. And that is 5 slashing damage.
All right. Yeah, you
I do
slash
that,
it.
yeah. Yep, that is the end of my turn.
It sort of squeals.
Yeah, this thing is all about first shots.
Iggy.
Let's see. I'm gonna do create bonfire at it.
At the one there on the ground?
Yeah, that one right at my feet because
Yep.
I can't do distance spells. So I'm just gonna try and burn it up.
Okay.
And that's a Dex 14.
Okay. I think it has a surprisingly high dex modifier. Click. There we go. Yeah, got a 20.
Oh wow.
Yeah. As it kind of just flops away.
This is kind of
It
ridiculous.
doesn't take any damage when it succeeds, right?
Right.
All right. You know what? Let's let's make this battle.
Battle Snowpiercer.
This is my favorite battle theme.
It's pretty good, right?
I jammed out last session to
Yeah.
this.
Okay, so you did your bonfire, and then that's your turn, right?
Right.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna back up a little bit. Well, will it get an opportunity attack if I back up?
Technically it would, but it can't really attack you when it's not able to drop on your head from the ceiling.
Okay. So I'm gonna back up this way.
What are you gonna do? Bleed on me?
Well, if it has acidic blood, that's not actually a flimsy threat.
True. I didn't even think of that.
All right. So that is Iggy's turn. Valine is hurrying in from the other room. And she'll look at the one next to Wilfred and cast Chill Touch on it. Too many windows open. You guys should stop getting in such complicated fights. Okay, yeah, it didn't roll. There we go. 13, which is actually not enough to get it where it hurts. And then the zombies, she says, "Zombies, get them!" But they they can't get any further on this turn. All right. She says, "Attack the ones on the ground." All right, that is her turn. Wilfred.
I'm going to smack at the one that tried to smack at me.
Mm-hmm.
So I will, and with a dirty 20
Okay, that'll hit. Yeah.
for 5 damage, the minimum I can do on that one.
Okay. Well,
The
hey.
second hit for 24
Yeah, that'll hit too.
and 12 damage, the max I can do.
Oh, The
It
dice
is
giveth and
almost
take
splatted, but not quite.
Well, that's my that's my turn. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That makes it a turn. It's the Drow's turn. And he, you don't know what's happening, but I have to do a thing for him. No, never mind. He's not doing that. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. That happened where you can't see. Rowan.
Muted.
I'm gonna take a shot at the one that Ale was fighting.
Okay.
25.
That'll hit.
So it'd be a total of 6 points of damage.
All right. Yeah, it's it's hurt. It squeals pathetically as it flops around on the ground like a fish. It's kind of horrible, actually.
I'll take another shot. This time I'll try sharpshooter.
Okay.
Nope. A 10. That's
No.
not bad.
Yeah, it glances off of its tough hide and sort of skitters across the floor. All right. Arvik.
I am going to ignore these pathetic things and head for this open area on the
Hold
far
on.
side.
When
where-
you are right there, let's have it make an attack roll. It gets an 18 to hit.
I'll use shield.
Okay, so you use shield at the last second as another one of these things drops off the ceiling, and it sorry, I'm just moving you so that I can get the.
Oh, okay.
So I can move the token. So sorry, I'm moving it out of the way. I'll put you back. There we
Okay.
go. Yeah. So it thumps down against your magical shield. You reacted at the last second.
Okay. And then I
Um,
will make the rest of my 30-foot move up to there
Mhm.
and kind of peer into that next room that
Yeah.
Wilfred said had a drow in it.
Mhm.
I'm not going out there right away though.
Yeah.
You know what? I will take my action to hide there.
Okay.
So I'll roll stealth. It's not great, but I got a 14.
All right.
Maybe he doesn't notice me.
Okay. That is Arvik's turn. The piercers that are on the ground, these three start scooting along the ground and trying to start climbing up the wall, but they can't get very far. They're very slow. They have a 5-foot movement. Iggy, does 22 hit?
Yes.
Another one scoots across the ceiling and then drops on you.
Oh,
For
For
too
12
far
piercing damage and 9 cold damage.
Ouch.
and you're too close for me to do my cool new thing.
Also, Mara, 17 hit. I heard,
Yes.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
Mara, what is your armor class?
15.
Oh, okay. So we'll see if this works. So as the piercer comes flying down towards Mara, suddenly these ghostly wings erupt out of Ale and try to batter the creature. And so I'm gonna roll a 1d4, and you get that additional to your armor class.
Ooh, nice.
Let's see if this works.
I thought this was like protection fighting style.
No, it's the gift of the metallic dragon.
Okay,
From-
yeah. What is your AC?
So my AC started at 15 with the
Okay.
plus 4.
Yeah.
It brings
so,
it to 19.
so all of a sudden, as Ale extends this strange, sudden, magical spectral wing, it deflects the piercer from hitting you, and so you are protected.
Great. Thanks,
and-
Ale.
You've never
All right.
seen that before.
I haven't.
No, it has.
All right. So that is those turns. And Mara, now it's your turn.
So I'm going to move forward 5 feet, and I am going to cast Word of Radiance by saying Moon Prism Power.
All right.
So they all have to make a Constitution save and save for 14.
Within how far from you?
Within 5 feet.
Okay, so there's 2 of them then.
Yeah.
They make Constitution, you said?
Yep.
All right. 19 and 5.
Okay, so the one that had 5 will take 6 damage.
All right. It does.
And the other one doesn't take anything.
Okay.
But that's okay. And then I will curse in Elvish
Okay.
because I can.
Sure. All right. So, now, let's see. Hang on. Let me double check what these guys can do. Okay. So, is that only on themselves? No. Okay. All of a sudden, Arvik, you find yourself enveloped in darkness. Hang on, let me double check how big that's supposed to be. 15-foot radius, so it needs to be a little bigger than that. Oops. Gosh, I can't click on these little tiny boxes. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Arvik. Yeah. All of a sudden, as you are in there, you are suddenly enveloped in total darkness. It is magical darkness, and so dark vision and light cantrips are swallowed up by it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just move them back onto this layer. All right. And then another one is going to. Yeah. Okay. That is that turn. Ale.
All right, let's go whack at. Oh, I got one right here, so I might as well whack at this one.
Yeah.
All right, straightforward. That's a 14.
14 just misses.
Okay, let's try that
Just
again.
Thunks off of its
A
rocky
9.
hide.
So Ali just swings.
You know
and
what?
misses its-
If you're attacking these prone on the ground, you guys really melee should be at advantage. So we'll say those 2 rolls are your first attack.
Okay, so my first attack went nowhere. Let's try this with advantage.
These are just pathetic little squirming slugs when they're on the ground.
So okay,
You got
so
a tough hide,
22
but
this
yeah.
time
Yeah, that'll definitely hit it.
for 11 slashing damage.
Nice.
All right,
Yeah. It is not destroyed, but it is very wounded.
all right. That is what I have for the moment.
All right. Okay. Iggy.
Okay. I am going to
Yeah,
use.
and you cannot see into that circle. It's total darkness.
I'm not worried about that circle of total darkness at my
Yeah.
at my
Okay.
side.
I'm just letting you know.
I am worried about the fact that I am hurt. Ouch. So I'm going to cast Vampiric Touch against this little wiggler that I can see.
Nice. I like it.
Alright. So attack is 25.
25 definitely hits.
And so that does 4d6, and I get half that much back as hit points.
Cool. 14, huh?
14 necrotic damage.
Nice. Yeah, so you zap that one and it suddenly sort of shrivels and pales. It's not totally killed, but you feel a little better as you've stolen some of its life force.
Yes.
All right.
Movie.
Well, and the cool thing about that spell is you can keep it up, right? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can keep it up for a minute.
As long as you don't lose concentration. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
You said ominously.
All right, so I'm going to say that because, you know what, I could have said this before, but I'll say it now, is that now that some of them have moved up on top, I'm going to say they have to go by their stealth check, not by false appearance. They were completely indistinguishable until they started to move, but now they're starting to move. And so, let's see. Anyone with a passive perception of 15 or above can just see where they are, and I'll tell you if you want to shoot at them. What is Feline's passive perception?
Mine is 16.
Yeah, Arvik is 15.
Yeah, Valine's is not good enough yet to do that, but she is. She's just going to go ahead and do chill touch on that one that's closest to her, and that's going to hit and do 10 necrotic damage to that one, and that one is killed.
But now we'll freaking
Shit.
unload on the
Yeah.
other one.
Sure. And then the zombies both go up and start slamming on the one that's on the ground there. Where is her? There we go. Oh, interesting. I assumed they had to do zombie slam, but they actually have a javelin attack. Sure, why not? An 18 to hit and a 20 to hit. They both hit with their javelin attacks. So for 3
Nice.
and 3 piercing, so 6 total. So between the two of them, they kill that one.
Ally feels a little
Fish.
weird by that. by that.
You absolutely did the bulk of the damage on that one. They just finished it off. All right, so that is those zombie guys. Wilfred.
Okay, there's one at my feet, so I will hit with advantage for 25.
That definitely hits.
5 damage.
Okay.
Another one at advantage. Natural 20.
Oh, yeah, you just crushed that one into paste against the ground.
Ah,
It only had 6 hit points. I figured you would take
Oh,
care of
yeah.
that. Yeah. All right. Nice.
and I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 up to the one that's
Okay. When you are right here, another one tries to drop on your head.
of course.
Gets a 21 to hit. These guys are rolling pretty
That
high.
is
They don't actually have
exactly
a.
what they need.
Their modifier is not super high. They're just getting good dice. That's 11 piercing and 15 cold damage as that one drops on your head.
Oh,
Yeah.
that doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
11 and 15, so 26 total.
Yes. Assuming you're not resistant to cold damage.
I'm not.
Yeah.
And I think the bonfire has gone away.
Okay. And where were you headed after that happened?
I'm gonna go up here.
All right. A 12 doesn't hit, but another one drops out of the off the ceiling, trying to hit you.
Nope. But Wilfred doesn't.
Yeah, but that one misses.
I'm going to use a bonus action to try and do a fairy fire on the top, everything up top.
Okay. Yeah. I'll buy that. So let's see. They make dexterity saving throws, I think.
I can't look up the spell.
Yes,
but
it is. And they have to be
doesn't-
15. Okay, so one of them got 17, 20, and 4. So only one of them actually fails that. But the
It's
ceiling
covered.
lights up with purple. But and
Yes.
this one here is covered with purple glowy light, and would attacks against it would have advantage.
Yeah.
All right.
I told you there'd be purple.
Okay, that was your turn. This turn. Yeah. Okay. That happens, and Rowan, your turn.
Alrighty. I'm gonna move up here to the top of the stairs. My passive perception was 16. Do I see?
Yeah.
any
So
other-
yeah, there are 2 more that are on the ceiling that other than the one that's that just got marked. So this one right where I'm pinging, that's where those 2 are.
Okay.
Big shot on the marked one.
I'm gonna try to shoot an arrow at each of the ones still on the ceiling to see if I can get them to fall down.
Okay, yeah, the ones that are hanging. Okay, yeah. So go ahead and make your attack rolls. You can see them even though I haven't revealed them on the map.
Yeah. Alrighty. First attack. 11.
That misses. It. Yeah. It's a very craggy ceiling.
Natural.
That'll do it. Yeah. And I'll say for sure that would make that one. So go ahead and roll your damage, but then it's also gonna make it drop.
So that's so that is 3 points plus a d8, so that's 11
Okay.
points of damage.
All right, yeah. So it is definitely wounded, and it falls off the ceiling and onto the ground. Okay. Anything else for you, Ron?
No, that's it, because it's getting crowded out there.
Yeah. All right, Arvik, what's up?
I am stumbling back out of that darkness. I don't like that.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going straight back, which means I probably is going
Yeah.
to trip over that piercer as I come out.
Yeah.
Um, and then flail at it with my staff. With
Remember your training.
in my panic. I got a 6, so yeah, I'm just swinging it around wildly at this point.
Well, remember you have advantage because it's prone on the ground.
Oh, okay. Okay, 19.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely using it two-handed. So 3 points of damage.
All right. That one was already wounded, and it is wounded further, but not dead. Okay. It is the piercer's turn. Ale, the marked in purple one, gets a 5 as it drops down and misses. And so it is still purple, but it's now on the ground. Wilfred, the very last one on the ceiling is going for you, buddy. It only gets a 10.
Yay!
So those of you who are sharp enough to see them on the ceiling can now see that there are no more on the ceiling, but all of the ones that are like on the ground are basically scooting along the ground trying to get to somewhere they can climb back up. So you can make an opportunity attack there, Wilfred.
Oh, yeah. 21.
Yeah, and then Ale can make one on that one too.
All right, let's do
8
this.
damage.
All right.
Where's my placing that? Okay. Come on, dumb thing. Let's try to, yeah. Should be with advantage?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't roll mine with advantage.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So only a 13 though.
Oh,
Misses.
a natural 19, so it's a crit for me.
Nice.
Oh,
So I just add 8 to that.
So yeah, just go ahead and
Okay.
all right, so that it is not quite dead, but it's pretty hurt. But your 13 is not gonna.
yeah, misses.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, and then this one used his turn to drop this turn, and then so this guy, yeah. Okay, so that's the piercer's turn. Mara.
I am going to.
I think you do see the edges of this sphere of magical darkness that have emerged up there too.
Yeah, dispel magic.
Okay, you do that.
Yes,
All right.
I do that. It's my
Alright,
last third level spot, but that will save us some time and trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to move 5 feet this way.
Okay. All right. Yep. Great. Okay, now it is. Let's see. So Thraw's turn. And what are they gonna do? Okay, this guy's gonna do this. This guy's gonna do this. Yeah. Okay. That's what they do. All right, Ale.
All right, I've got a piercer next to me, so let's go whack at it.
Yep.
So 19 will hit.
Yep.
For 12 slashing damage. That's
Nice. That one is destroyed.
All right, so we got this. So we have this one moving towards the wall, correct?
Yep.
So I'm going to move to here.
But yeah,
and
they're
try-
very slow. Their speed is 5 feet per round.
Yeah, we'll move. We'll go try to take care of that one in similar fashion.
Mm-hmm.
15.
That hits.
All right. For 6 slashing damage.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
All
That's me.
right. Iggy.
All right, I am going to. Let's see. I'm going to turn around and get this piercer with vampiric touch.
Okay. The one directly above you, or the?
The one to the.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't looking when you pinged it before.
Yeah. So let me. So that's 16
16 hits.
or. Let's see. Come on. Ugh, that's not so good. 10 necrotic damage.
Yeah.
And 5 healing for me.
Well, hey, you know.
That's the important part.
Yeah, it shrivels up a little bit and goes.
I did that because I figured that was the one that Rowan was going to go after. Now he can have Colossus Slayer.
Yeah. All right. It's Valine's turn. She's going to go ahead and do chill touch with advantage on the purple one there. Click. Thank you. 21. That'll definitely hit for 10 necrotic damage. It's not destroyed, but very wounded as it kind of its skin starts to get all flaky and colorless. And then the zombies lurch forward and do their attacks. Where did I put those guys? There we go. So left 19 to hit and then 17 to hit. They're doing all right. And for 1 piercing damage and 2 piercing damage respectively. But that's enough to make them having taken some damage, so. All right. Wilfred.
Okay, I'm gonna move over here, and this one looks more hurt.
Yeah.
Swing at that one first.
Mhm.
Well, probably won't hit. Right?
12? No.
All right. Oh wait. Oh, advantage. Yeesh.
Mhm.
21 will
Okay. Yeah.
for 10.
Yeah, you kill that one.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go after this one.
Mm-hmm.
Just going rolling with advantage. For a crit.
Nice.
And 14.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you carve a gash into that one, and it's bleeding all over the floor.
And I'm gonna go ahead and move back over here.
All right. That was Wilfred. So now, this guy, what is he gonna do? Hang on. He has a very specific thing that he wants to do, but like I need to make sure it makes sense tactically. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, how does that spell work? Okay. Okay, let's see. No, he doesn't want to do that either. He's got all of these things that are going to be good for what he wants that doesn't require him to do anything right now. Okay. Yeah. So all right. Nothing happens. You don't see nothing. Rowan.
Alrighty. Let's see. So, I'm going to move here.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the rest of these have been hurt, correct?
All of the remaining living ones have been hurt at least a little bit.
So I'm going to take a shot at the purple one.
All right.
advantage. It'll be sharpshooter because I want to try to kill it. Ah!
Oh.
Well, with a 6 and a 5, no, I'm afraid not.
Even without sharpshooter.
Mhm.
Okay, but we'll try it again. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
20.
All right, yeah. And it only had 4 hit points, so I think you're okay.
Alrighty, and that'll be it for me.
All right. All right. It is now dead in purple. All right, Arvik. So the magical darkness is gone, but you still
Yeah.
don't see anything within the range of your current light cantrip.
Yeah. I'm keeping an eye in that direction because I'm expecting trouble there, but I'm still going to take a whack at this thing with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
14.
All right, 14 just misses, but with
Okay.
advantage.
Oh, right. Critical.
Nice.
9 points of
Good.
damage.
Yeah,
have
you kill
learned
it.
well.
It's like a hot dog that's been hit by a
Yeah.
soup spoon. Just
There's
You
an
know
image.
that very common idiom that everybody knows.
hey, you don't complain about. I don't complain about your kitchen. You don't complain about mine.
All right, yeah, you killed that one. Like a hot dog with a soup spoon. All right. Yeah, so the piercers, it's their turn, but they're basically still just kind of pathetically, inchworming their way back over to the wall. They're not going to get very far. Mara.
Moving out of
No, I mean,
see.
they're moving, but it's just,
the... Okay.
I'm just skimming us along past that.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'll do Word of Variance because I've
Okay.
got two
Yep, you do.
that are next to me. So
All right, and they
Constitution saves.
Constitution saves 13 and 18.
13 gets 4 points of radiant damage.
Okay. He does. He's
That's-
burned up a little bit by the radiant fire.
That is all.
All right. Next is something you don't see. Then Ale.
All right, so we have this one here. We
Yeah,
have
there's
this one here.
three of the snow piercers remaining.
All right, so we'll move to here and whack at that one.
All right.
So that's a 10. That won't do anything.
No.
Let's try that again.
Crit.
A critical hit will.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be. They have the crit before, so it'll actually be 12. So it'll be 19 points of damage.
All right. Yeah, that one had only received 1 damage up to this point. It is almost completely healed.
Oh, even with a crit, I couldn't quite take it. Oh,
Yeah.
well. Okay.
They have 22 hit points to start.
Close, but no cigar.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Iggy.
Okay, vampiric touch.
The same one.
Yeah, this same one.
Yeah, they didn't get opportunity attacks because all they managed to do is switch from the floor to the wall in the same square.
Yeah.
So let me roll that to hit again.
Mhm.
Vampiric touch. That is a 14.
14 misses.
Oh well, no, that was. Do I get advantage though?
Yeah.
All right, that's a 19.
That'll hit. Yeah.
Okay. All right, and that is 14 necrotic damage. So
But
7
it
points
only
for me.
had 8 hit points, so I think you probably can only take as much as it has.
Let me double check what the spell says. You can regain hit points equal to half the amount of necrotic damage dealt.
Well, right, but you can
So,
only do as much as kills it. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
I
No,
do-
I'll take that. I'll take that GM.
yeah.
So that's only 4.
I could see it going either way, but like, if the whole point is you're drawing its life energy away, I don't think you cannot
Yeah.
squeeze blood from a stone. You see. All right.
Hey, I can always try.
Yeah. All right. Valine's turn. She'll go ahead and she'll touch the. Yeah, she gets a crit on that one that you were trying to kill, Ale.
Okay. Well, that takes care of that problem.
Yeah, finishes that one off. And moves a little further up into the room. And then the zombies are boom, 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 boom. Get up there. They can actually both just get up to that one. There we go. 19. And a crit. they were both-
Wow. Super zombies.
Yeah.
Super kobolds, I
Your
mean.
Right.
birthday is good luck.
One does 2 piercing damage. The other one does, let's see. One does 2 piercing damage. The other one does 11. That's crazy. All right. Yeah, that's enough that kills that one, actually.
Yay!
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. All right, so you have killed all of the piercers that you have discovered so far. So I will remove them from the initiative. But you do not know what awaits you to the west. I mean, you have a clue about some of it at least, but... all right, that was Valine's turn, so Wilfred, you're up.
Okay. Well. Huh. Well, that darkness came from somewhere, and drow, dark elves, obviously.
Yep.
So, gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then take the dodge action.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. That is your turn. And then, let's see. I think, yeah. All right. I think, yeah. I don't know if you can see that far.
Right.
No. Okay, never mind. So, you don't have to know what just happened there. Rowan, your turn.
Well,
Oh, hang on. You actually shouldn't be able to see that far because you don't have the Eyes of Night anymore. Because that only lasted an hour.
yeah.
So, sorry. Who still has that on their token?
He was the only one that got it.
Okay.
Yeah. At some point, if Wilfred would have moved with light,
Okay. Yeah.
like
so,
before.
yeah. I'll make it so your token has the light on it. All right. So yeah, I think you're looking into a dark cavern, but it's bigger than your current light spell can penetrate.
And I'm sure it's pretty obvious that Wilfred is being defensive
Mhm.
because he doesn't know what's in there.
So then, if Wilfred's being defensive and I can't see in there, I'm not gonna run in there because I don't want to become a pincushion if they happen to have,
Ready an attack.
if they happen to have any, death arrow slits or something like we did in that fortress. I don't.
Mm.
And I don't think I saw the darkness spell either. So, yeah, I'll ready an action to attack if something comes out of there. Comes
Alright.
in.
All right. Arvik.
I'm gonna move up and back up my friends here, but I don't want to get too close because I'm gonna worry about things like fireballs, and yeah. Oh, what the hell! I'll move up to here.
All right.
You know what? I'm gonna cast See Invisible just because these guys can be
Tricksy.
sneaky mothers. So
Yep,
I'm
yep.
gonna cast See Invisible.
All right.
And if you point out invisible stuff, Wilfred can make him not invisible, possibly.
Right.
All right.
So there you go.
All right, Mara.
Well, everything around me is dead, so I will go here and boop my little sister with a Cure Wounds for 5 points of healing.
Big sister.
You're welcome. And then I go a little further in.
All right, nice. Okay. That now it is. Let's see. I believe that is Fairy Fire is a 20-foot cube. Okay, so this guy steps out and casts Fairy Fire in a cube. I'm trying to draw the shape. Like that. So I need dexterity saving throws for Wilfred, Arvik, Rowan, and Mara as you're suddenly flooded in little blue sparkles.
Okay, so I get advantage now because of my my new thingy, right?
Yes.
So it's a dex saving throw?
Yeah.
I don't think 11 will work.
11 is a fail, 7 is a fail, obviously, but with your advantage, 16 is a success.
Hooray!
Rowan,
Yes.
need a dexterity saving throw to see if you get covered with blue sparkles.
Oh. Blue sparkles.
Sparkly.
I'm not good at dex saves. Not at all. That's
No.
it.
Yeah.
But
so-
you all look so pretty!
And
Yeah.
no one's near me to get my bonus for
Yeah.
saves.
So
either.
Mara is able to evade that, but then let's see, Wilfred, you're getting 21 to hit.
Wow, that is exactly my AC.
Ah. So emerging out of the darkness is a crossbow bolt that gives you 8 piercing damage.
Actually,
Huh? What?
I can see that.
Okay, fine. It's still
Just so you
emerging
know.
out of the darkness. Okay, so it's
Just so you know.
all right. Yeah, I'm saying is he has advantage because you're covered with blue sparkles.
And also taking dodge.
Uh,
So it'd be a straight.
okay, yeah. Well, so okay, yeah, you're right. That's with dodge. Then I guess it wouldn't have been a 21. It would have been a 19.
Okay.
All right, so you block it. Good job. Okay. That was the Drow Elite Warrior's turn. Let's see, Rowan, do you see that guy? You do. So you could still make your. You had an. I believe you're holding an action and an attack in case you saw a guy. Now you do.
Oh, not a laser with the soul, but the bow.
Well,
damage.
that's damage. Yeah.
There we go.
Seven-
17.
A 17 does not hit.
Oh.
He's wearing a
Oh.
shield and he deflects it. Yeah. All right, and so then he ducks back around the corner. So that is their turn. Ale.
All right, so I'm hearing crossbow bolts and seeing all sorts of things. So let's me move up 5, 10, 15, 20. Now the fairy fire is like, so I basically see them all covered in fairy fire?
Yeah, and then there's little blue sparkles drifting around through the air as well, and highlighting the edges of the corridor and stuff.
Ay vey.
But you only have to make a save if you're there when it gets cast.
Okay, 20. Okay, so I'm going to dash 20, 25, 30, and going to 5, 10. I'm going to dash to here. And I don't see anybody. I can't see anybody. Crap. All right. I'm going to move to here then. Oh! Birds ran right into this guy.
You didn't see him when you were here?
No,
I mean,
no,
you-
he was kind of dark because of my antler, so I
Well, I'm just saying, like, I mean, all right, it's fine.
Yeah, so I will just move to here, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay. All right. That makes it Iggy's turn.
Alrighty. Boy, this is looking like fireball territory.
Why do you think I ran through the fairy fire?
Yeah. Let's see. How far can I get? Let me see. So 30 gets me there. Gets me there, and then another 30. Oops, wrong place. Will get me there. Okay. About there.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all I can do.
All right. Valine is gonna get up to there with her movement. Let's see what she does. She is gonna. She's gonna take the dodge action there, because she can't see anything. Okay, Wilfred. Wait a minute, hang on.
No, he's out.
Yeah, okay, wait. Is he right? Is it right that it's... Yeah, okay, yeah, it's Wilfred's turn.
Okay. Alright. Well, Wilfred saw where that crossbow bolt came from. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to get to the right page on D&D Beyond and swing. Oh, 10
The 10 will not hit. These guys
And
have
a
shields
9.
and wearing studded leather armor.
Yeah. So, yeah, that... I missed both.
Okay.
10 and a 9, sorry.
Alright, so now the Drow Mage casts a spell and makes... I believe it's a 20-foot radius. Yep. Let's see. about like that. Sphere that he, let's see,
Oh dear.
but he casts it not there. Casts it like this.
Oh. Good for Wilfred, not so good for everyone else.
Yeah, and so I need a Constitution saving throw from everyone in that circle, which is Ale and Arvik and Rowan and Mara.
17.
All right.
Constitution.
You said Constitution,
17.
yes?
Oh no, 18.
Yeah.
Is this another spell?
Yes, it's a spell.
18.
Okay. So everyone who looks like everyone. So everyone beat the save, but you're gonna take half damage as this cloud of toxic gas fills the area, and would be 29 poison damage. But if you beat the save, which you all did, you're gonna take half of that. So that would be 14.
14.
14.
So there goes
poison
those
damage.
temporary hit points.
Yeah.
At least they were there.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, cleric.
Yeah, and then this guy, he ducks back up into that little alcove. All right, Rowan, it is your turn. You are currently enveloped in poison gas.
Yeah, so here we go. Last spell, first level spell, Zephyr Strike. I cast it as a bonus action. 5, 10, 15, 30. Nice. I can see 2 of them now.
Mm-hmm.
So I will impose advantage on my attack on the one Ale is facing.
Okay.
And take 2 shots at this man. That's a dirt 26.
I mean, so 26 definitely hits.
Has that one been hurt by Ale yet?
No.
No. I didn't even get touch. I haven't even been able to swing on them yet.
All right, so that's 9 points of damage.
All right.
Second shot.
Yeah, and a 9. Well, you don't have advantage on
Oh, it's-
both attacks, do you?
It just says I think it's the next attack. Sorry, it's next.
Yeah,
So the
okay.
9 misses.
Yeah.
But I do get to move 30 more feet because of Zephyr Strike.
Mm-hmm.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I see you now, sir.
Haha. All right.
Hey, Iggy, I see a friend of yours.
A friend of mine? Are
Yeah.
you sure?
Sure, you should greet him with an Eldritch Blast.
All right,
Mike.
Arvik.
All right, I'm going to get out of this cloud. Get to there. And I'm going to cast Storm Sphere.
Oh,
All right.
And that's going to go. Let me draw that. Sorry, this is Alt for a circle.
We're getting close to our end point, so we may have
Yes.
to stop in the middle if that comes to it. But let's see how far we get.
Cast it there.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, because I can't quite see the one who dodged behind the wall there, I'll have a lightning attack on that guy.
Okay.
So that's a 23 to hit,
That'll hit.
and let me see if it'll do the lightning damage. The lightning is 11 points of lightning damage to him.
Nice. He is surprised
Oh.
when it zaps him. His pure white hair is frizzy now.
And that is my turn.
All right. All right. Mara, you are currently enveloped in poison gas.
Yes. I'm trying to figure out what my... I have an ability and I can't find it right now. Blessing of the Raven Queen. Since none of my friends are around me now.
Well, Valine is right behind you, but...
Right, but she's not casting light.
Okay, yeah.
So,
your movement, yeah.
I'm going to instantly boop myself over 30 feet out, just barely out of the ring.
Okay.
So
Do
there's
you have to
that.
do you have to appear in shadow as well? Or it's, you know what, it's fine, let's not worry about it.
Yeah.
Double check that
It
for
just
the future,
says
but-
unoccupied space.
Okay.
And I gain resistance to all damage until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
And that's my bonus action. Then for my action, I will the one that's facing Wilfred, I will cast Sacred Flame on.
Okay.
So he has to make a 14 dex save.
All right. Oh, you know what? It should actually be 3 higher than that, but that would still only be a 10, so that'll fail.
Great. So 9 radiant damage.
All right. Nice.
And then I will move a little bit because most of my movement was that
Sure.
getting out of the poisonous gas.
All right. So it is now the Drow warrior's turn. First, Wilfred, the one fighting you, is attacking you with his short sword with advantage because you are glittering.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a crit.
Oh no.
Oh,
Well, and
Oh, no.
his sword is poisoned too.
oh no.
Yeah. So let's. So hang on. The sword, the piercing damage is 15 piercing, and then poison damage is 18, 31 poison damage. As he
Wow.
just manages to get you somewhere like right in the neck where the poison just really gets into your bloodstream very quickly.
So, who had the cure wounds charm?
Ale?
Yeah.
Ale? I think you hear, is 31? That's,
Yeah.
you hear Wilfred fall to the ground.
Oh no!
I had 25 HP before the poison.
So he won't obviously attack you with a sword again once you're down. And so I think that he's gonna charge in then and attack Arvik with his second short sword
Okay.
attack. Gets a 19 to hit with advantage.
Let me see if I got any slots left. Yes, I do. Casting shield. My armor class is 20.
Okay, you deflect his blow.
Oh,
All right. Aule, the one that's up against you, doesn't have advantage at present, but he is going to cast Fairy Fire right on top of you, and because he would like to have advantage on you. So make another dexterity saving throw.
16.
Okay, yeah, you succeed again. So it doesn't work, and he's disappointed. I believe that is a full action for him.
It is.
Yeah. So it is. So he is going to risk an opportunity attack and run to get out of direct cover. So 5, 10. Go ahead and make your opportunity attack.
Opportunity attack.
Yeah.
So that's a critical hit.
Ooh, nice.
So 12 plus. Oh, I got maximum 12. 12 to 12. 24 points of slashing damage.
Nice.
And then, since I have that whatchamacallit, that thing, the Relentless Avenger, I can move up to half my movement and not provoke attack. So I will move 15 feet towards Wolfred. I'll take advantage of that. So I will go to here on my, yeah.
All right.
That makes things much simpler. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to attack them.
You are still in the cloud.
Right, but
it's not at the end of his turn. It's not his.
Yeah, because that was not my turn yet. Yeah,
True,
I'm going to
true.
get out of the
You're
cloud
right,
my
you're
own
right.
turn.
Yeah, and in fact, it is now on your turn.
Okay, so great. So I'm going to move to here, and we are going to. All right, so we are going to use our daily Gift of the Metallic Dragon thing to give to cure wounds on Wilfred. So Wilfred gets 7 hit points.
Ah,
All right.
Yay. All right. I think that's everything I've got for. Oh, actually,
Yeah.
okay. Actually, I have some moves. So let us move to here then, because if this guy decides to bounce around, then I'll get a big whack at him. So
Okay. All right, Iggy.
Okay.
We'll maybe try to
I
see
am-
if we can finish this round, and then we'll
Sure.
stop for tonight.
Sure. I'm going to move over to here, and I'm going to try and Eldritch Blast this guy through the Storm Sphere.
Is it heavily obscured?
It is. It does not obscure at all. It's just
Oh,
wind. It's not
All right. Great.
smoke or debris or anything like that.
Well, then go for it.
All right. So, all right. First Eldritch Blast is an 18 to hit.
I think that does hit. Let me try to pull up. Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so that is full damage, 13,
Nice.
and he's pushed 10 feet back.
Yeah, I did that.
And then second one, I'm going to hit at this guy down here.
Okay.
So let's see.
So the one down in the circle, not the one by Arvik and Alec.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a 17.
Unfortunately, 17 misses.
Okay.
Those guys.
And then I'm going to use the rest of my move to 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Back up.
All right. So let me double check with this. Let me double check with Cloud Kill that spell, because it may be that if I need to find out if charging through it when you haven't already been in it, does that make you have to like, do you have to make the save if you enter it, or? Yeah, okay, so I think she recognizes that she would have to risk breathing the poison gas. She can't just hold her breath and run through it. So she is actually kind of stuck, but what she's going to do is move down around here to try to avoid it. I mean, she's kind of in a, like, there's not a whole lot she can do. So that's her turn. Wilfred.
okay. Use half my movement to get up,
Mm-hmm.
and then go here and swing at this guy,
Yeah.
because I do not like being knocked unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
How rude.
18.
He parries it. Uses his reaction to add 3 to his AC against one
Okay.
attack.
oh, clever boy.
Ring again. 12.
12 misses.
Alright. I'm going to action surge.
Mm-hmm.
These are some pretty nasty people.
Yeah, he can only parry the one time, so
21.
21 will hit.
for 9 damage.
All right.
Final attack only a 10.
Okay, 10 will definitely miss.
And I'm going to use bonus action to regain some HP.
Okay. So on the Drow Mage's turn, the Cloud Kill spell moves 10 feet.
Oh no! Oh no! I didn't know he could do that.
Yeah. Well, in fact, it has to. It can't not. That's the way the spell works.
Well, at least it's away.
Yeah,
from
but
us.
still poor Valine.
Yeah, like, so it kind of puts her in a spot of, like, she's kind of unfortunately separated from you here, and until it passes. But then that is, let's see, I think he is going to start speaking in Abyssal, and he is going to try to summon a demon.
Oh, great.
Can I hear that?
Oh.
I do speak Abyssal.
I mean, you can hear it, and you can hear him doing some sort of a demonic ritual. Does that do anything?
Yeah.
How? Why?
That what it does is it freaks me out.
We had a moment there.
So he got a natural 20, which is a success, which means that as he speaks in Abyssal, saying, servants of the Abyss, come and do my bidding, and he conjures a shadow demon.
Oh, great. Just needed more things to fight.
And then he is going to crowd into the, let's see, he's going to crowd further back into the, like, he's getting his fur into the corner of this place as he can. He has conjured this shadow demon, which is now going to get its own initiative roll. And we're just about at time, so maybe that's the place to finish our our final image is that is this Drow Mage has just conjured into existence a demon.
We're in a spot, listeners and watchers. Yeah. Tune in next time. See if we can get out of this.
All right, hang on. Where's this guy? Okay. Put him into the initiative. He rolls high, although that doesn't really matter because it just means that, he doesn't actually get to go right away. All right. So as, those of you who are able to see to that little alcove, see conjured up out of the shadow is this horrible thing with wings and horns made similar to, well, here, I got a handout for Shadow Demon. Seems to lack any substance below the waist, but long arms with claws and horns and fangs. All right, so we're going to leave it there for this week, everybody. But thank you for listening and or watching. And, of course, to my players, thank you for playing. It's so much fun. Happy birthday, Jason. And we will be back next week for more adventure on...
Nope, 2 weeks.
Oh, you're right. Not next week, because next week is virtual Balticon for many of us. And so people should perhaps check that out and see if maybe you can see some of us on some panels or just enjoy other panels that have other people on it, I guess.
If I can have just a moment, the live this Kaiju Life will be basically in this time slot. We're going to be on Saturday night, the 29th at 10:30 p.m. 10 p.m. On Balticon Virtual, and it's an audio drama about an ordinary guy who works at a company that the ordinary IT guy who works at a company that studies giant monsters. So this Kaiju Life is,
if I could also have
there.
one moment before we end the stream.
Of course.
So tomorrow, so Sunday the 23rd at 8 p.m., I am going to be participating in a charity stream for on Tour Guide Games here on Twitch. And it is benefiting veterans' mental health, which is something that I am very passionate about. Jason is very passionate about, as we are both veterans. So please join me for that. We are playing Project Ninja Panda Taco. It's a new game. I've never played it, but it's sure to be a good time. So tomorrow, Sunday the 23rd at 8 p.m. on Twitch, Tour Guide Games.
Nice. You know,
I've heard of that game.
We probably
Yeah.
should give people opportunity to do plugs every week and not have to insist and put it in. So we'll do that. But yes,
We'll figure it out.
Thank you everybody for checking us out. Check out all of those other things, and we'll be back in 2 weeks for more adventure on So Many Levels.